This episode of Pondoff's Anonymous is brought to you by McKelvey Insurance Group. If you've ever felt confused or overwhelmed by insurance, McKelvey Insurance Group keeps it simple. They are an independent agency, which means they compare options from multiple providers to find the coverage that actually fits you and your needs, not just one company's policy. There's no pressure, no jargon, just honest guidance and real help. Call Evan McKelvey at McKelvey Insurance Group at 618-623-0080. You can reach out to us at Pondoff's Anonymous and we'll connect you. Or visit their website at mckelveyins.com. That's McKelveyins.com. We couldn't produce this show without them. This episode of Pondoff's Anonymous is brought to you by Light Source. What do we need when we're in the dark? Sometimes it's simply just a light source.
I'll react if I had to. Put some things in the past too, and don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. I'll react if I had to. Put some things in the past too, and don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. React if you have to, Don't know the time, just know that I'm, one of a kind, What's on your mind, Well, hard to find, Beautiful mind, Still in my prime, Just know that I'm here.
This is the wreck that caused my leg. Prepare
Wait, show
yourself.
the class.
You have a video of it. Oh my God.
You got to watch again. I'll
How
tell
are
you
you
the
still
story.
alive?
I shouldn't be. It's not getting bigger. It always gets bigger for me.
I get it.
There we go. So I'll tell you, perfect. I'll tell you the story in a minute. Keep free showing. 27 miles an hour on sudden impact wrecks, you die. Keep watching. Get ready. Just keep showing. "27 miles an hour, you die on sudden impact wrecks." I was going 58. The guy that I got video of the guy pulling me out of the wreck.
Oh my God.
Was that even a road?
No, Cobb County. I tried to find this for 5 years and couldn't find it. I'm at the gym and the guy goes, "Hey man, I'm a big fan of yours and I work for Cobb County Police." And
No shit.
I said, "Thank you so much." He goes, "Have you ever seen your wreck?" And I said, "No, I've been trying to find it for 5 years." He goes, "I've got it." I go, "What?"
Damn.
So he sends it right over to me. The reason we have it, this is a bus station behind Cumberland Mall that Cobb County has to keep an eye on, police, because it's a bunch of trashy people getting on buses and stuff that don't have money, and so they're...
Quit talking about me.
I'm talking about myself.
Where people go to get
people
drugs.
like me, right,
Yeah.
drugs and stuff, so they got a camera back there. This guy was watching the day. He's the person that called the ambulance for me. And then on footage... And then 1 hour later, this is me 1 hour later at the hospital.
You don't even look like you.
Hour later. 6 years ago. 6 years ago right there. August of 2020.
You don't even look like you.
No. So right there, I didn't know my leg was ruined. I just knew it was hurting. But what had happened is my kneecap exploded on the car wreck. So here...
My asshole just puckered.
So look. Look.
Quit being a baby.
That's the car right after that video.
What were you driving?
A Tahoe.
Oh, wow.
Aren't those kind of like the Nokia of cars? Wow.
That's so the whole right came in and ruined my right knee.
Yeah.
My kneecap exploded is what the doctor called it. And then for 41 surgeries later, I tried to fix my knee as it started like that. That's my calf you're looking at. They flap.
That is sick.
Listen to me. They flap your calf from here to there. That is my calf muscle that's covering my knee to save my knee. I do 41 surgeries after this to save my leg. 5 years and 41 surgeries later, the doctor goes, "We got to cut your leg off." And I'm like, "Why now?"
What the fuck?
I'm amputated. You don't know that?
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Congratulations.
Yeah, my life is totally back, and here
He's so back.
is what that looks like.
That's it, right there. Yep.
Oh my God, that's a real one?
That's
it.
my leg.
He sure did. Right there.
So
right there.
watch this one. Keep watching. Keep watching.
I can't.
Keep watching.
I can't.
Hold on. Keep watching. Hold on.
You have to.
Keep watching. Keep watching.
Oh!
Now
It's been fun.
this is
Catch you guys later.
this is my sciatic nerve. Mine.
So you're a complete psychopath being able to stare at this.
That's why I don't have any phantom pain. I had $1 million doctor that loved me that came in for free to do this. Wrestling fan.
Wow.
Is that impressive?
How long was that
Very.
surgery?
6 hours.
Are we on?
We're going.
Is this okay that we started already?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to welcome Mr. Marcus Buff Bagwell to the
Hey.
show officially after all of that. What?
It's red, so you can.
So it was on before those? Great.
It's been 5 minutes,
Good.
37 seconds.
So of intensity.
So all that's been on?
If that's
Yeah.
okay with you. we're good.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Just glad I didn't pick my nose or anything.
it's a NWO for life right there, baby.
Brother.
That
Right?
What?
you know what,
She don't
tell
know.
We I prepped her for it on Monday.
She already forgot.
We prepped the too sweet
Come on,
thing.
Zoe. Come on, man. What are you doing?
Do it. It's too sweet.
Dude,
Happy llama, sad llama, mentally disturbed llama, super llama, couple llama, mama llama, moose.
That's going on. social.
somebody's got to prep. Somebody's got to prep me on
Did
that.
you get that? That's going to be a clip.
Yeah.
Zappa llama, mama llama,
We're trying to
dama
be
llama,
fucking
boo.
badasses here and too sweet.
You got to touch it. That's like a handshake. That's like
llama,
a fist pump. Like a fist pump. That's like a
couple
fist
llama,
pump.
moose.
Boom. So a bunch
Wow.
of grown men.
That's like kind of intimate.
Well, a bunch of grown
Delicate.
men and a bunch of grown men in a wrestling ring. That's what we would do in the ring to be cool together. Instead of a high five, you go up like that, and you'd be like, "What's up, bro?"
How come men don't just like give each other hugs?
We do hockey players.
I mean, men don't
Wrestling
hug,
is it right? I'm like,
but we'll hit each
like,
other on the butt.
Yeah.
All right,
and
bro, let's go.
You like delicate little.
And let me tell you what's weird about
Your
that.
bros.
I'm gonna say it the way I want to say it.
Hell
I
yeah.
am such a good person,
Yes.
and I care so much that when I walk around the wrestling ring, I would touch every kid's fingers that was up. And if I missed them and I heard negativity, I would go back and connect. And do you know how hard it is to connect over a rail with a little kid?
And you're a heel, though.
Yeah, but even during the 20 years of being a baby in the indie world, I went around the ring every time and made sure every person got to make that connection.
Well, you can make a fan for life in a half a
Absolutely,
second.
absolutely.
And
you
they'll
can.
never forget that.
I carry 8x10s in my car, and if somebody asks, I get out, I take a picture, I sign the picture. I just don't give it to them. I sign the picture. I keep a Sharpie with me.
Charlie's got his.
It
room.
means something to me what happened, and it's important. It's
You
important
signed,
to me.
Yeah, you signed last. So this is not your first trip to Illinois Recovery Center.
Nope.
Buff has been here. It was 2 Octobers ago.
Yeah, you said it like 18 months or something. Why was it here? I thought it was this thing I was here for.
No, so it was a similar. It was the
Oh,
back
that's right. It was
wrestling.
the athletic club thing.
Yes. So
That's not what.
the day. Well, there is a nice gym. I just haven't spent much time in it. Eric's in there a lot. You came out here and spoke to the clients and alumni.
Yes.
In the gym, told your story, and then
That was early on for me. Not early, but 2 years
almost
in.
3 years.
Was it 3
Yeah,
years
I
in?
think
Okay.
No,
Okay.
you were
wait.
almost. You were
Okay, that makes
approaching.
sense. Yeah, because that's about a year ago. So I'm 3 years. The 27th of this month will be 3 years, 9 months.
And you had both legs.
Both legs.
You were
That's 9
in
months.
a lot of pain, bro.
Yeah.
I remember you limping around
Yes.
here, and even so, we went to dinner, Olive and Oak, and boy, did Beefcake put down some margaritas. Didn't he?
Talking about a test, and it's not even a test
Not
anymore.
me, Brutus Beefcake. I'm Chris the Beefcake, just so you know.
I mean, it's not even a test anymore, but do you know what they do at the Missouri Athletic Club? They drink. I mean, brother, I went to get a chicken sandwich at the bar, and buddy, it wasn't even a test for me. I'm so sober and so happy, but I could see many people failing right here. I mean, it was me telling a bunch of wrestling stories, and drinks are flying.
Doubles.
And I'm like, oh my God. But I just in such a good place with my sobriety that it was not a trigger or anything. But to me, it was just, I can't believe I was having it shows that you can have fun without drinking.
I love it.
I had a blast with these guys, and I'm drinking a Diet Coke through a straw.
Yes and amen.
Yes, it was
Oh my
incredible.
gosh.
I loved it.
It's so much. It was such a fun night. So Illinois Recovery Center helped sponsor the evening at MAC. So we had a full table front row. They had you come out. You were sitting ringside, and then you did a little.
I got in the ring and did a little something.
Did a little program
Yes.
with one of the heels, who was calling you old and washed up,
Right.
and you laid them out.
Yes.
Everybody went nuts.
Good stuff.
And in the top hat that it was red.
I had
now
the
you
red
do a
one.
white one.
Yes.
And then afterwards, you guys did some sign and stuff. So you, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and Tito Santana were the 3 celebrity appearances for that MAC wrestling night.
Yes.
And boy, we had a fun night. We had a table. We were the
Really
only
good.
sober table because there's all of us here at IRC. But they are big cigar smokers too.
Oh, yeah.
People love I haven't gotten into cigars. They make me. They give me a little bit of a buzz, and I don't want it.
No, I got sick off of it. Like, they told me to smoke, but don't inhale.
Sure.
And I thought the whole idea was to inhale.
That's what Clinton said.
Right, exactly. But of course it's impossible. It's like saying eat this but don't swallow.
Right.
Well, what are you doing? I don't know how you do that. So you get kind of scared, then you do inhale, and then all of a sudden you're sick as a dog.
Sick.
You get a buzz, and then you're sick like dip.
It's the only Tony Soprano thing I can't. My old man used to smoke cigars. Maybe one day if I can learn not to inhale, because I'll get. You a big cigar smoker, Zoe? Mm-hmm. You got it.
Yum.
Excited.
My favorite way to
What about you?
unwind.
I hate them.
Really?
I can brush my teeth incessantly. I feel like I've got that left over in my mouth for days after.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not a
What
fan.
she said.
No.
Sorry.
I laughed, and then you said it, and then I laughed harder because I thought it, but
But she was never going to say it.
not never. I'm feeling controlled.
Yeah, control today.
You never know what Zoe we're gonna get.
I love it.
Me too.
So let's for the listeners here, for our audience, that tune in for the edutainment is a term that I've learned recently. We like to fuck around. We like to have a good time. We like to talk about the tragedy, the trauma, and the triumph that comes with this disease. And boy, have you checked all those boxes. So we're so grateful to have you. You're working. There's an event the next 2 days in Fairview Heights, Illinois, which is why you're in town.
Yes.
You get to sign some autographs, meet some fans. You have a cult following in this business.
No
still to
doubt.
this day.
No doubt. No doubt. There
It's
is.
crazy.
It's a hardcore. I mean,
My
like,
cousin Scott loves you. He was always we're Cardinals town. He was a Cubs fan. He's always a difficult asshole. So
Right.
he loved Marcus
The
Buff
difficult
Bagwell,
Buff Bagwell, of
the
course.
heel Buff Bagwell.
I mean, when they came up with the idea, I break my neck on live television. Anybody that wants to Google this, Google Buff Bagwell broken neck, April 22nd, 1998. I am 100% paralyzed in a wrestling ring, and I come back and wrestle again. And instead of them making me a baby face, one of the biggest baby faces in the history of time, they turned me heel. And my parents were devastated.
Really?
Devastated. My parents read thousands of letters of people praying and loving over me. The United States Air Force sent letters where they touched my picture before going to war, and they turned me heel. I remember the night they did it. It was the weirdest sound. It was like, people didn't know. There was no boo. They couldn't believe it. It was shock.
And you turned on Riggs?
It was Rick Steiner's when I first turned, because Rick came out to defend me, and I said, no, Rick, it's no. And then I got a chair and I hit Scotty too. And I pulled my shirt off and I had NWO on, and the sound was like, it was bad. It wasn't a good thing.
In those days, they were throwing stuff in the ring too. Did they litter you with the cups? And
littered.
Littered.
I mean, they had to clean the whole ring back out. It was.
I know what you're talking about.
Is there a part of that that's exhilarating? Like, was that a positive or a negative feeling, or both?
Huge positive thing. We had to leave Universal Studios because they couldn't allow that anymore. Their fan base of children and families. And there's people throwing trash in the ring. They had to say, y'all got to leave.
Yeah,
but at that junction, we didn't need them anymore. We were ready to go to buildings and sell out venues. And WCW couldn't do that until then. Until NWO, nobody really cared. I mean, they cared, but 2,000 people cared.
Still niche. It was still niche.
Yeah, niche. Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm a 2002 high school graduate.
03?
I'm not asking her. She was born in 2000, so.
Yeah.
But this was the height of the Monday Night War.
Oh, yeah.
And being in high school on Monday nights, you'd have buddies over playing poker. Some of us would be starting to sip a little bit and watch Raw and Nitro. And
back and forth.
The next thing you know, we're doing buff blockbusters through our fucking poker tables off the couches. And
absolutely. And what a lot of people forget is that we were 8 to 10. And they were 9 to 11. Mm-hmm. So at 8:59, bro, we had Sting coming down and the NWOs coming out, and they got The Rock and Stone Cold, and there's the Monday Night War.
Were they live at that point?
No.
Because they were recorded there for a little bit.
Yeah. So we would go on at 8 and tell their show.
I remember, was it Bischoff that spoiled Mick Foley?
We hired,
Shivani.
I think, Rude, but Rude was the guy we made that person.
Because he was on both shows
Right.
in one
So
night.
he left and told, he said, I'm going to be on that show in an hour, but don't watch because this is what happens. So we ripped him apart, and it worked. It worked.
It backfired.
It didn't work at first.
It backfired when Shivani said, if you're thinking about flipping over, they just made Mick Foley their champion.
And they flipped.
And everybody watched. And the way that Foley won that belt with Stone Cold coming out, I still watch it and get
It was incredible.
jacked.
Yeah. It was incredible.
Who was your favorite wrestler, Zoe?
The
Gretchen?
Undertaker.
Yeah,
That's a good choice.
That is a good one.
Well done. At least you knew one.
John Cena.
How about Buff Bagwell?
She don't even know that
shit.
name.
So-
She's too young, right? I mean, how old are you really?
You're more than a wrestler to me. That's why I didn't say that.
Oh, wow.
To me,
Thank
you're
you.
a guy that's about to share some fucking wisdom, and I'm excited.
Wow, I love that because I am that guy.
She's
Yes.
I
26,
dig that.
and she is a Jesus freak, so you'll really hit it off.
Are you really?
Yes.
Oh my God,
Man.
number one, bro.
She sings at our
My boy JC.
what we call underground, the church we started on Wednesday nights. She sings every once in a while. Her voice is fucking incredible.
I love that. I'm so excited to hear that. So through putting God first, Stacy second, and myself third is what put this whole thing together
While
for
you're
me.
sitting here.
Yeah, absolutely. While I'm sitting here, exactly. So definitely the God first thing is something I didn't even understand, but I fully understand it now, and I put God first on everything.
It's like understand it, but you feel it.
Yes.
And it's all encompassing and consuming, man. I get it.
A real good thing that goes with what you just said is, like, for example, I couldn't tell you anything that Stacy has posted on me, but the feedback I get from it is the most feedback I get is you can just tell that it's real. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they go, the thing I saw, I go, well, I didn't see it. And they're like, come on. I'm telling you,
Sure.
I can't tell you what I've never looked at a post. I couldn't post something if my life
So
depended on it.
jealous of you.
I couldn't do it. I mean, if you showed me, I would.
used
But
to be like that.
I make her do social media now for the podcast.
well, and Stacy, it ain't like she loves it. It's just we need somebody in my
Yeah,
group
it's a
needs
woman's
to do
job.
it. It is, and it was good, and she's good at it.
She's really good. I mean, your social media is really, because it's funny you say this. Since we first met, became pals, your social media game has gone up. I can tell
Right?
she's really.
Yes.
There was actually a time I reached out to you, something I said to you on the social media, and she responded, and we connected. But I knew you that I was like, okay, he's got it. He's a smart man.
Yeah,
And
so
a smart man is a smarter woman, right?
absolutely, and so
Yeah.
it really just turns out well. But I love that, and because it is genuine, what's going on with me. So I'm glad it comes across that way.
It
Right.
absolutely authenticity is and let me tell you something, in the recovery circles, it can happen in churches out there. I've seen it. There's a lot of churches that get it wrong, but in recovery circles, if you're not authentic, they'll chew you up and spit you out.
Real quick, real quick.
Recovery circles and around fucking kids is where they don't play when it
Yeah.
comes to bullshit.
Yeah, kids will call you out.
Let's start at the beginning, because I think your story, we've talked about a lot of high school and being an athlete, being
Yes.
who you were is important to where you are today.
Yes, it is.
And you talk about something that nobody I don't think knew back. Your dad didn't know.
No.
When I think of sleep apnea, I think of my drunk ass when I was drinking, or my grandpa, or my old man. I don't think of a 12-year-old.
No.
So start as you're in your youth, and because I think that's important.
It is important, because anybody that would believe the story, and the reason why I don't tell this story a lot is because it sounds like I'm blaming what happened to me on this. But from my gut, from my heart, it had a huge part of my addiction. I was trying to fix something that I didn't know existed. And by the time I did know it existed, I was hooked.
Too late.
And that hook was severe sleep apnea. So from a very young age, I was not a good athlete. I was a super athlete. My first year of boxing, I was 61-1, and I won the Golden Glove State Champion boxing in Georgia.
In Georgia.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
How old?
11.
No shit.
Yeah, 11 years old. So the reason I lost the match is because when it went from weight to age, and I was not big for my age. And when it went to that, I got my brains beat out one time, and I was going to take a year off and come back. But then high school happened, and I didn't go back to boxing. I only boxed 1 year.
Everybody needs and usually gets one good ass.
Absolutely, and it does wonders for you.
You learn more from that one loss than those 61 wins.
I mean, absolutely you do. And I did learn from that a tremendous amount. But from a young age, I struggled with energy. I was a great athlete, and I couldn't. At school, I would sleep on desk, and I would get bad grades. But my story starts a little different. My story starts with, we were very wealthy. We had a wonderful life. My parents owned a lumber business called Southeastern Building Supply that was $1 million a month business back in the 70s and 80s. So from jump, Mark Bagwell's going to work for Southeastern Building Supply. Sure. My two older brothers were already working for Southeastern Building Supply during this journey. I mean, they went through school and then went to Southeastern Building Supply. And then my senior year, that all caved in. But during the high school journey, I'm again, not a good athlete, a super athlete that is struggling with energy. So my father gives me cocaine to put in my wrist wrap to do with the high school football. You go out and you do your warm-ups, and you come back to the locker room to go out for the game. So we timed it out to where you go out for your warm-ups, and when you come back in to get ready to go out for the game, everybody leave the locker room, and me and another guy would do the coke together and go out.
Before you go play a football game?
And as a 10th grader.
Holy shit.
Hard to tackle.
First time I did it, I rushed for 300 yards and had 2 touchdowns. And
I don't even know shit about football, but
That's a
my
good
jaw
day.
dropped because
Yeah.
I feel like that's impressive.
it was impressive. So you can only imagine that I did the same thing the next week.
Wow. Yeah.
But now, again, I'm not a drug addict, so I don't know that I can be doing this during the week too. But I figured that out.
Right.
But I figured it out. But my addiction toward my body, though, started early. I wore long johns under my jeans in the 6th grade because my legs were skinny. Now, were they skinny?
Same.
Probably not. But I thought they were skinny.
Right.
My parents wrote a letter to the school I can't remember what the letter said, but where I didn't have to dress out for phys ed. I could just sit there with my jeans or play around with my clothes on because I didn't want the kids to know that I had long johns on. So I hid in 90-degree weather in Atlanta, Georgia. I had long johns under my jeans.
Where do you think that came from?
I don't know. So as soon as I found out that I could take a supplement called steroids to solve that problem, I was all in, buddy. So at a very young age, I'm doing steroids and cocaine in high school. And it's just unleashed a road ahead of me that I wasn't ready for.
Yeah.
I remember when my sleep apnea was my worst. I was in my 20s. I was drinking every night, and I could not.
Did you
drive.
know, though?
I didn't. No, I
So
had
same
no
thing.
idea. I couldn't drive 30 minutes without falling asleep at the wheel. I would chew on ice cubes, and I was an outside salesman, so I was driving the state of Illinois, from St. Louis to Champaign and back in one day. So I was stopping every 30 minutes and getting ice cubes or anything. It was some scary moments.
Yeah, it's scary.
So what did you think was wrong?
I
Just didn't know. Just thought you were tired.
I was like, just fucking tired. And
Same
then
thing with
I got
me.
a sleep test done, but you're the first person ever at a young age. And now I've heard there's even babies and stuff that are getting, which is good because it's awareness. Because of what it does, people didn't know what was wrong with you. You didn't know what was
they
wrong
did.
with you.
Here's the thing, and I don't want to lie, but I don't think it was a word yet in
Sure.
1982. So
Yeah,
at 12 years
or
old,
at least not common enough.
oh, absolutely.
Reggie White died from it.
Right. So this is something, and the other big misconception is people say that when you're heavy is what causes it, and that is not even a misunderstanding. That is a lie.
That's what I thought I had it from.
Right. I was 140 pounds soaking wet, and I would suck the walls down snoring. I had to sleep in a separate camper when we went deer hunting and I would get whipped for falling asleep in the car. And my father died apologizing to me 10 million times for it, but I would get in trouble for sleeping. And nobody
Sure.
knew what was wrong with me. And then that's why this is such a
It was
big
a
part of my
choice. You're
addiction.
lazy. Yeah.
Yes. And this was the big part of my addiction that I blame it on is, so I finally get a sleep study and I'm a drug addict already, but to go do the sleep study, I'm going to do this sober because I don't want to
Right.
mess up the study. So I go down sober to the sleep study and lay there like this with 1,000 wires hooked to me. The next morning, you're normal. That sent me on another year.
Yep.
I go back, my wife is saying I'm dying in my sleep. We do another sleep study, same thing. I want to do the right thing because I'm getting something medically done here.
So you go
I'm
sober.
going to go sober. I go sober, you're normal, Mr. Bagwell. Another year of a run, I finally go, look, my wife says I'm dying. So they go, I tell you what, come down here for the sleep study like you go to bed at home. And I went, okay.
Ready to ride.
I walk in with a pair of shorts on and a pizza and Somas and Xanaxes and a Coors Light in my hand.
Shit.
And lay down, and in 5 minutes they walk in and put a mask on me.
That's my story. That is my sleep study. I went drunk, and instead of the pizza, it was Jack in the Box, and I had to take a Xanax because I was panicking.
that's-
And I wanted to go. I was like, this
Yes.
I'll be able to sleep
Me
in this
too.
weird setting.
Right.
And they do hook you up
They
to
do,
a
but-
1,000 fucking wires.
1,000. I got a Polaroid picture of it. There's 1,000 wires from your head to your
And
toes.
pulling chest hairs off.
And you got to lay down and go to sleep at their place.
That's why the Xanax.
And I did it sober. I just laid there for 10 hours.
You didn't even, you didn't
I
sleep
didn't
at
move.
all.
My eyes didn't blink.
Didn't blink.
You're
yeah.
normal.
Right.
So finally, I passed out drunk and I guess started doing my stuff and then came in and put a mask
Because
on. I
that
was like,
machine went nuts.
thank you.
And the
Now
mask,
keep in mind, don't forget what you're going to say. Keep in mind, I'm going to rehabs during this, trying to fix myself.
Whoa.
So I'm walking into rehab, trying to go to bed and can't go to sleep because I've got severe sleep apnea and I can't go to sleep. So finally in 2012, I am fully diagnosed. I take my CPAP machine and I go to rehab in 2012 and I stay sober for 20-something days, and you can't make this up. I give myself testosterone flu at the exact same time as rehab.
what
I
is
got
this?
it. Yeah.
Testosterone flu is when your testosterone levels get too high. I gave myself it two
What
times.
happens? You like grab
The
chest hair?
sickest I've ever been in my entire life. It is a level of nauseousness that I can't even explain.
And you've withdrawn from from pain pills.
And
Okay.
I'm thinking this is an opiate thing.
Sure.
I'm at rehab. At the same time I'm at rehab, I've got test flu, something I've never heard of before. And I don't know. So why would anybody think I get testosterone flu? It's not testosterone flu. I'm going through withdrawals, right? Wrong. I've got testosterone flu and I'm trying to get sober. And I can't do it. I finally, on day 25, I gave up. I gave up. And that was the fifth rehab of my life. The first rehab with the CPAP and knowledge of what's wrong with me. And I made a doctor write a note because I didn't want to lose any weight. I'm a big weight person. Remember legs, long johns? Mm-hmm. And so at the place, they give me a shot of my testosterone. Even though it was my doctor lying for me, they helped give me testosterone flu. I did it twice to myself before I realized I was giving it to myself. I gave myself the sickest thing I've ever done in my life, and it's called testosterone flu. I lost 20 pounds both times.
How long does it last?
Thinking right now, it's like weeks is what it feels like, but I think a couple of
Are you
weeks.
puking and shitting? Or
You're
sick?
you can't shove a piece of bread down your throat. Nauseous is the word. And I remember sitting in a bathtub. And keep in mind, though, guys, I don't know it's testosterone flu. Okay? I'm thinking it's opiates. I'm thinking, how could it possibly? Why are
Even though
these people?
Right. Why isn't anybody else doing this?
Everybody's doing pretty good. I've got a hoodie on. I'm freezing and I'm soaking wet, sweating on the table. And I'm like, what? And they're not looking at me like, wow, why is he having such a hard time? They're like, you're almost there, man. Just keep working. I'm like, what? 25. I got chill bumps talking about it. 25th day, I make up a lie and go home because I fought this hard for 25 days. And
What did you do when you got home? Got high?
So this is. I don't even care if y'all believe me. No, I don't mean that. That's not ugly. I mean, it's gonna be hard to believe. I finally started feeling a little better on day 20, and they allowed me to go to the gym with supervision because I didn't want to lose weight, and I lost 20 pounds. Mm-hmm. And with legs, if you know anything about working out, you got to be careful about doing legs at first because you'll get really, really sore. Mm-hmm. I did one set of each machine. I did a hack squat, a leg press, and an extension.
That's it?
And
Sorry.
and that is it.
Well, you said
No,
every
no,
leg
no.
machine in the gym, so I'm imagining like.
No, I did
adductors,
three.
adductors.
I did three
Yeah.
sets of legs, which is nothing. You do 10 to 12 sets of a body part, and I did three. And I guess because of the testosterone flu and how depleted I was and everything, my legs were so sore that I needed some kind of medication, and they would give me some Tylenols and some Advil, and I was hurting so bad that I tapped out, and I went home, and for 2 days I stayed sober at home, rubbing my legs in a bathtub. And day 3, I called my father and I said, I can't take it no more. So 26 or 27 days sober, still not knowing
Right.
that I had testosterone flu.
Right, you have like all these other agents working against you.
Yes, it was not.
It's a good way to
I don't tell this story because of this, but I'm telling you, it was not meant for me to be sober yet. There was more that God wanted me to do or to feel or whatever it is, because I'm telling you, there's not another human alive that could walk through what I just told you and come out sober. I was all in. I couldn't. When you got testosterone flu, your test is real high. You don't close your eyes when your testosterone is high. So I went to a psychiatrist at this rehab, and I said, I can't sleep. And he was giving me psych stories to work on to try to go to sleep because, again, I had testosterone flu.
Sounds like what they need to give fuckers at Guantanamo Bay, like the torture. They should.
Dude, it was the most vicious.
This is horrific.
It is. It was horrific.
Should not
This
be
should be.
torturing
It's like.
humans
That's what I
in
meant.
any way. Everyone deserves.
Okay.
But whatever the
Grace.
orange stuff is in Vietnam,
Right, Agent Orange.
they should have spread out testosterone flu. I'm telling you
Or would
guys.
have been over.
So
My house had a. Don't forget what you're going to say. My house had a platform, like stairs, flat ground stairs, and I was so sick that you just lay anywhere. I remember laying on that platform area for 2 days. I was so sick. This is after I've came home, and I still got test. And again,
Did you think you were dying?
no, because I went and got one of those butt things. What are they called when they go up your butt?
An enema?
No, the colonoscopy.
Okay.
Oh God.
I tried the colonoscopy, and I would sit in my
Haven't
bathtub
had either.
and let the water go down and let the thing get hot again and then fill it back up. I would do that all day long for days because
And
I
just
didn't
still
know
not feel-
I had testosterone flu.
Yeah.
So I give this to myself. This is embarrassing to say. I think it was 3 times before I realized what I had done.
Well, and would you have kept looking into it if you didn't get sober?
Right.
Like, and so you needed to keep being the one that puts yourself at rock bottom.
Yes.
Until you were like, let me.
And then I finally
lock
go,
in.
oh my God, I put 2 and 2
'Cause it has
together
to be
with
you.
this shot, and we've tried everything else. Oh my God. And I went to the doctor, explained it to him, and he goes, oh my God, your testosterone level is 3,500. You have got testosterone.
What's
flu.
like a baseline testosterone?
Mine right now is high for a man, and it's 1,000. So it's 3.5 times the amount of what it should be.
Yeah.
I think the average man should be 600 or 700, but a doctor will say 9 to 1,000 would be optimal level.
Right,
And
max.
I like max. So
I believe
I
that about you.
Yeah, I max it out.
I am never taking testosterone until the day I.
I'm telling you, I was devastated, but what I got out of it more than anything was that it just wasn't meant to be. I've got no regrets about, man, I've lost my leg, and I've got no regrets. When you tell the story I just told, and if you happen to believe that story as much as I do, I'm telling you, it was not meant for me to be sober.
Isn't that
until
so
now.
crazy too?
Yes,
Like,
nuts.
Your like lack of shame complex, like at all, with one. I don't know. What do you say?
Leg.
Regular. real attached.
They don't allow me to say bad leg. I call it bad because
Well,
I got a
not
good leg and a
bad.
bad leg. But
There are no
there's
bad parts.
Yeah, they call it something else, but just call it what you want because I don't even know.
Okay, so like one attached leg, and
Yeah.
you're like shame
Shame-
free.
Yes.
In this way, and then compared to like you have 2 healthy legs as a kid, and it was like you couldn't even wear just one pair of pants.
No.
It was like it is shame that will bring you to your fucking knees.
Yes.
Anyway, I love that. Like
Yes.
it's not about what we have, what we can see, the issue. It's so much deeper.
Absolutely it is. And this whole journey, man, I mean, like, who cuts their leg off and their life gets 1,000 times better? I'm not sure, but call in and tell us, but that's what happened to me.
Humbled. Everybody gets humbled.
Absolutely,
very
bro.
healthy,
But that's extreme. That's a max
faithful
humbling.
Right.
human.
Yes.
I had to text my girlfriend.
Oh, don't tell Ashley about her. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Ashley wanted Charlie's girl.
I'm not editing that out either.
You're like
No.
having
phone
a hard
number.
time.
Keep it.
There's a double date of 6th graders happening after this, and we're just making sure there's a parent
No
at
one
home.
was
So
trying to
it's
date
like,
me in 6th grade.
You were the boner killer.
No one was
That was her
trying to date-
nickname in middle and high school.
Boner killer?
Mm-hmm.
Were you?
Isn't that crazy? I didn't find out till 8th grade on accident. Wish I never did. Just kidding. Actually, we were talking about this the other night. It would be my wrestling name if I was a wrestler.
Boner killer. I like that's a good
And
gimmick.
then I would bark.
Yeah. Row, 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 row. I like it.
Rick Steiner used to bark.
Yes.
So you in high school you played football. Was that your was that your best sport?
No. All county, all state in football and baseball.
His parents had a lumber company. Of course he was going to be a good hitter.
Right?
Kate is a baseball player.
Yes.
KG played baseball.
Loved baseball. I do think I was a little better at baseball than football. So I was telling Chris, the opening after the steroids, I go from 145 my sophomore year, and in 3 months I go back to school at 175. You have no idea what 30 pounds is on a 145-pound kid.
Oh, I remember when the boys came back from sophomore year to junior year.
And they had took some steroids.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
I
And
was
so-
like,
Yes, I walked in and Mark Bagwell was a pretty cool kid already. No, let me say it the correct way. Mark Bagwell was a super cool kid.
Super cool.
And now Mark Bagwell is a superhero. I walk in with a polo shirt on, and my family didn't notice it because they saw me every day. I didn't notice it. I walk into Sprayberry High School, and their faces drop off. They're
yeah,
like,
that's my position. I'm
what
like,
did you do? I was like, what do you mean, man? Your body. I go, what did I do? What do you mean?
You're like, babe, I've
I had
always
no
been
idea.
hot.
Did we
That's
get
what
the
you're talking
same
about.
nickname in high school? Super spreader.
No, but it could have been. So
It's a COVID joke.
they I was a Greek god at first, and then the 2020 special came out of
Not the year.
steroids. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the
show
television
2020.
Oh, I was like, wait,
Sorry.
you
I
just-
need to correct that.
okay.
Thank you. When I tell that story, I need to make sure.
You know why?
That's
Because of
confusing.
COVID.
Yes.
Because 2020 people think COVID.
Absolutely.
And
And-
numbers make me nervous.
Yeah,
and so
so-
did COVID, so I think.
Absolutely. So when the show, thank you for that, when the show 2020 came out on high school kids and steroids, everybody went, oh, that's what happened. And I became uncool.
How easily accessible was that for a high school?
Very easy.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it because of money?
I was going to say my parents having money really helped.
Okay.
But my brother owned a gym, and he was taking them. So it was an easy, very easy transaction.
Did the
for me.
football and baseball coaches know what we're going? I mean, they're adults.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
At first, no, they did not, because it was that new. My coaches are rolling my sleeves up on my jersey, and it's in the papers who's going to be the starting quarterback. Bagwell can start at fullback or quarterback. Which one is he going to start at? And the opening kickoff of all those papers doing all that, I tear my ischial tuberosity off of my
You know what that is?
butt. So, did you guys know you have 3 hamstrings on the back of your leg?
Taught me this earlier.
Did you know that?
I did not.
Did you? There's 3 hamstrings that go from your knee up to your butt, and they attach together to a bone at the bottom of your butt, right at your ischial tuberosity is a bone that I, on the opening kickoff of this year that I was a Greek god and everybody thought I was cool so far,
Oh, you broke your booty.
I ripped the ischial tuberosity off of
The bone?
Yes. And there's no
There's
surgical.
3 bones back there.
And just so you
Ilium,
know,
ischium, and-
sitting right here, right now, let me see how many years it's been. What's 87 to now?
39.
30. Oh, wow.
39 years later, I'm in devastating pain sitting here at my ischial tuberosity
Because you
because
never
of that.
forget that shit.
No, I'm saying it's hurting right now because, and you see me a minute ago do this?
Yeah.
If I got to turn my foot up because of my ischial tuberosity. So steroids, the doctor goes, he goes, man, I don't know what happened. He goes, it looks like you got too big too fast. And me and my dad look at each other like, that's exactly what I did. So steroids, like every other drug, gave me what I wanted, and then it ripped it away. My football career was over.
Was it intoxicating to walk around at 16 just being the fucking man?
So, buddy, it went from 16. That didn't stop. But at 16,
See him the fucking squared circle?
Yeah.
it was incredible. It was really, truly incredible, bro. It was, but more than that, it was incredible to walk out on WCW looking the way I did, and to be so cocky and to be able to have fun with it. Like,
Were you single?
Look at me. No, I was married.
No. You were married.
Well, there was part of it. Like at the beginning, let me think. The NWO run, I was married. So, like the American Male run, I was single. So my first divorce was caused from cheating on my first wife. And I told her. I told on myself. And the wrestlers thought I was crazy. But I admitted doing it. And we tried to work it out for a year, and she couldn't forgive me. So I divorced her. She didn't divorce me. I divorced her because I wasn't happy. She wasn't forgiving me. I divorced her. So I move on. But so that was 93. So 93, 4, 5. There was 3 or 4 years there I was single. But during the NWO, I was remarried to my second wife, Erica.
Okay.
Yeah. And that name don't get ever said a lot. But that girl got the best part of Buff Bagwell as far as financially.
Oh.
I mean, plane rides, and I mean, and we were drug buddies.
So it was definitely thinking you were talking about like your heart.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
She was
we
like,
were
"Oh."
buddies. We had a blast. I married my best friend, and I highly, highly tell you, don't do that.
That's what I'm like.
Don't marry your best friend because I didn't love her, and I thought if I dig her that much, I'm definitely going to fall in love with her, and I didn't.
But
she
you
was
guys
my
used
buddy.
together?
We used together, and she was the one that fell off first. Like, I would come home to my neighbors going, your wife is in the front yard passed out. I'm like, what? And I'm living in $1 million house in a gated community, and she went out with a few somas. I would leave her to plant some flowers, and she would take more than she was supposed to, like we know. But she started doing that before
do that?
I knew to do it. Right, we do. And so it was the craziest thing. So I was like, and then my neighbors called me over and goes, are you having financial problems? I go,
Do I look like I'm
I said,
having?
yeah, do I look like I, yeah.
Did you do the pose?
Yeah, absolutely.
She just
And
likes
he-
napping,
yeah,
bro.
and he goes, your wife is shopping out of our refrigerator.
Oh boy.
And I come home and I go, baby, I said, listen,
But you were
what's
gentle.
going on? I really was at first. I was super gentle. I said, darling, let's talk. And she explained the pills and everything. So I said, and it kind of kept happening a little. And I came home from the next trip and opened up a $5,000 Sub-Zero refrigerator in $1 million home in my $85,000 Jag, and I have no eggs. She's got a platinum American Express card in her car, in her wallet, and she's married to Buff Bagwell. And I've got no eggs.
Guy needs his
And I
eggs.
walk in and I go, on her forehead, and I go, you got 15 minutes to be out of my house. And that was after a bunch of babying.
Doing more than what was in your control.
I said, here's a piece of paper. Before this, I had a piece of paper in front of her, and I said, I want you to write on this paper what you bring to this marriage. I said, I want you to know that all of this I created. This is before God. I created.
Good point.
This is mine.
Zoe's like,
And I said, yeah, right. Oh, yeah. I brought all this in. I said, so I'm trying to hand it off, and you're not doing your part.
Yeah.
When it was over, I gave her 20. I walked out and came back in 20 minutes, and she was crying. She had cooking and sex on the list, and that's all.
You got no eggs?
The next week, no eggs, and get out. Prenuptials, she got 0. Get out of the house. I went to Chili's and got drunk with my brothers because I think I was supporting all them at the same time. And my mother went with her mother to the house and made sure they didn't take any of my stuff. And my mother was a bulldog. So I sick mom on them, and I went and got drunk at Chili's. I was going to go to the gym. I went with my gym bag, and I went by Chili's, and I said, are you kidding? I went and got drunk.
Chili's is the underrated chain restaurant. I think Chili's is actually pretty good. I don't love, like people, because of Applebee's, Chili's gets a...
Oh, Chili's every day.
All day long.
Chili's is strong. I'm telling you, I just got a regular Chili's cheeseburger the other day with some fries.
Very good.
Absolutely incredible.
It's the cheese.
You know who hangs out at Chili's is Kenny Wallace down in Arnold, the NASCAR driver. He's
really?
He's a St. Louis guy, and he's always like, I've been like, come on to Olive and Oak, let's have a dinner. I want to talk about some sponsorship stuff.
Red
You
Heart.
gotta meet me at Arnold at Chili's. The fucking Olive and Oak, man. And buy you a steak.
You're what, 56?
I'm 56.
How much do you watch? I mean, you're still obviously in pretty phenomenal shape. How much do you watch what you eat?
Tremendously.
Yeah.
6 days a week, I eat as 0 amount of carbs as you can eat every day. I eat 5 times a day, 5 intakes a day. It's shake, meal, shake, meal, shake every day of my life. It's been like that for 30 years. But the amount of protein, I eat 1 gram of protein per body pound. So now that my weight is down with my leg being gone, my leg weighed about 15 pounds.
I was going to ask you that.
It's a great question too. And I'm sure now, but at first I'm not sure what the leg actually weighed. I never got that knowledge, but I was about 220 before the surgery, and I'm 200 with my leg off. So it's about 20 pounds is what my leg was.
What's the most you ever weighed?
260. But when I was at my peak, for some reason, it was always this number, 228. I mean, man, every time I looked good, every time I looked great, and I got on the scale, I was 228. So that 228 resonated with me for a lot. But, weight's weird. Like, I was 225, and it's a much different 225, though. When you're cardio and you're training and supplements and steroids and the right mixture, that 225 looks much different every direction. But I remember St. Louis, that's where I dressed up like Mark McGwire.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The day after he broke the home run record, or whatever record he was on for the home runs, that was on a Sunday, and the next day we were in St. Louis.
Monday Night Nitro.
And we burned a Cardinals jersey on live television.
Good heat.
I bet that went over well.
Oh my God, I was dressed up like Mark McGwire, and Scott Steiner's interviewing Mark McGwire, which is me. And I got a McGwire jersey, red wig on, ball cap, and I'm taking pills. And Scott Steiner goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm taking steroids, man." He goes, "Are you that redneck?" I go, "Of course I'm a redneck. I live in St. Louis, don't I?" And he goes, "What are you taking?" I said, "I'm taking steroids." He goes, I go, "How the hell you think I hit all those home runs?"
There it is.
Look how jacked I am. Hey, right there I go. Right there's the laugh of me going, "I live in St. Louis, don't I?"
My cousin Scott, being a Cubs fan, hated McGwire, loved you. That was his favorite segment of all time.
Were you friendly with Scott Steiner?
We were super good friends at that junction.
Was there a rivalry, like a friendly rivalry or not so friendly? Because you guys were probably like wanting to one up each other in terms of physique.
Like
we were the guys
Yeah.
for sure, and I thought that was cool. But Scotty didn't see it that way. And I told Scotty this. I wanted to look like Scotty, but the boys, the locker room, was like, Bagwell's getting you. Bagwell's on you, bro.
Oh, and they ate him up.
Oh, bro. I mean, it just
Do you think wrestling in general would attract an athlete that battles body image and insecurity issues?
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, you're walking out in tights or in a Speedo sometimes.
Sure.
You're probably just obsessed with every little
Dude,
angle. And
in 1993, I had calf implants put in
No
and
way.
almost died.
God.
1990. The
haven't
buff
had anything
Bagwell.
easy.
No, the buff Bagwell body, and you've came to see. I wasn't happy because my calves were a little small. When I look back now, I'm like, why did I do that? But I did. $10,000 and almost died.
How'd you do? Infection?
No, they put them in, and 3 days later, they're just killing me. And I go to the doctor, and they start cutting my pants off. And I'm like, what are we doing? If you ever hear this word,
Pay for that.
if you ever hear this word, it's not good. And I bet nobody here's heard it before. Compartment syndrome.
Nope.
Brother, you never heard it because it's vicious. Compartment syndrome is followed with amputation.
Oh, shit.
So both of my legs from the knees down were not getting blood to my feet.
Oh, fuck.
It was cutting off. The implants they put in caused it to, your every muscle you've got is in a compartment. Your chest, your bicep, your forearm, your quad, it's in a compartment. That compartment got infected with blood because it wasn't getting blood through there to my feet. And so something called compartment syndrome happens. And when that happens, the next thing is amputation.
What was the intervention to prevent that?
So my mom was massaging I was laying on the floor with my legs up in the air, elevating.
In the hospital?
At my home.
At your house?
And the only rules at the house was to wear heels. So I had boots on because you had to wear heels walking around because of the surgery. It wasn't like you had to lay down or be still. You just had to, if you walked, you had to have heels on. So I had these special boots that I had on that I could walk around in.
You walk around in high heels, don't you, Kurt?
I don't need to. These calves.
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
you
you're
got good
great. So
You just got that. That's Buff Bagwell that just said that.
Yeah.
That was a top 5 moment in my life.
I love it.
So I was doing the right things and all that, but it was just killing me. And my mother's tickling my legs. And she says, baby, it was like midnight. And she goes, baby, I've never seen you like this. I said, Mom, I'll just give me a Xanax. I'll go tomorrow. She goes, baby, I'm telling you, I think I'd go tonight. And I said, Mom, I'm not going. She talks me into going. And if I hadn't gone, both my legs back then would have been amputated.
What year was that?
That was 93.
Were you open with the fact that you were getting calf implants, or was that something you were trying to hide?
I've never been a hide guy. That's 30 years old knowledge. I mean, I've talked about it for 30 years.
Like
so
when you
no.
got it? When you got them, you
No.
weren't.
I think I was probably not going to vocalize it, but there was no,
Were other people,
Social media,
like were
yeah.
other guys in the locker room doing this shit?
nobody. But I really investigated this before I did it. It wasn't like a stupid quick decision. A guy at the gym did it, and he had pec implants, bicep implants, and he'd done calves. I had all the other stuff. I wanted calves. So I went to his doctor. I investigated 2 other people that had it done. I felt them, looked at them, touched them, talked to the guys about it. Same doctor, and mine backfires. So what happens after compartment syndrome is the worst thing I've ever done in my life. It was 4 times worse than testosterone flu.
Oh no!
I had to.
That was really bad.
You know what? I'm sorry. Let me replace that. There's nothing worse than testosterone flu.
Oh.
But physically, what I had to do was I had to raise my legs above my heart I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. My physical therapy after surgery was I had to lower my legs below my heart. And this is what I looked like doing this. Okay.
Did they remove the implants?
Yes.
So they had to take them out.
$10,000 gone. Now I'm $12,500 in. They charge me $2,500, and I've got no calves.
No calves, no eggs.
And online, you can find both Bagwell calves somewhere. They're out there signed.
Being signed?
I sold them to somebody. I can't remember who.
Yes, and
I can't remember how much.
Did you sell them for drugs?
You can find no.
I just feel like that's something you sell
that
for.
would be good, but no, it wasn't. But I would have.
How bad it get? Well, I sold my fucking calves.
Yes, that's a great story. I'm gonna add that in somehow. I don't want to lie though, so that'd be a good one though.
Kurt, you could probably get a handsome sum for those.
These are mine. I'm keeping them.
Yeah.
I'm proud of these things.
You should be,
Good
brother.
calves.
It's a
I
big
have
deal.
hockey player calves. If I wore the Speedos to the ring, I would need to stuff the front.
And I did a lot of studying about this. For example, I'll tell you, he's never done a calf raise in his life. He's had calves his whole life.
Me?
They're very hereditary.
I was a catcher in base. I've always had big
So-
legs, but
so-
I don't train legs
Right.
really.
Never
at all.
train. Hey, anytime you see a guy with good calves, if he says he trains them, he's lying. Calves are proven. He's never done a calf raise in his life. And look
Just
at
played
that.
hockey, baby.
See? So
What do you think of that leg?
I'm telling
Sorry,
you-
you're kind of right there.
I'm telling you, you need to put some color on that thing.
Well, and wouldn't you love to know what he told me 3 weeks ago? I came in, weather's nice, I had shorts on.
Oh, boy.
Exactly. Now that I see what you're working with, we're
you're
going to leave that
way
there.
good, right? Leave it there. But for real, there's no getting that if you don't have it. So that's why I went into the knife,
Interesting.
because it ain't like I was lazy and didn't want to train calves. It's a known fact that calves are the most hereditary muscle there is.
Interesting.
Well-
My old man had great fucking calves. He
See,
did.
hereditary.
That's so interesting.
Very.
I
Like,
found your calves.
See, I told you.
This is great.
There they are. There's two to each side. The big one is that big muscle you got on the inside, and the little one goes on the outside.
That's something else I
So
didn't
they
know.
cut me open
I've
and
seen
put those
more
in my
about
legs.
Bagwell today than I mean.
TMI, right?
It's incredible.
never. I want to know all.
All of it.
We haven't even gotten
Get it out.
started.
No.
So you started doing drugs in high school, into college,
Yes.
age wise.
Yes.
And then I mean that was the story of your life. So, but when did you get into professional wrestling? Like, how did that? You didn't mention that you do wrestlers, high school wrestlers. It's not really it's not the next step, right?
No.
I mean, yeah.
Great question. And the answer is I wanted to be some kind of sports person of some kind, but the ending was Southeastern Building Supply. So I watched my brother have a full ride to East Tennessee State. He went for a week and was a second string freshman, and he could be a second string freshman in East Tennessee State or come back and be a millionaire in Marietta, Georgia.
Oh,
What do you-
Marietta.
What do you think he did?
I would go to Marietta.
Marietta, Georgia, though. There's Marietta,
Yeah.
Ohio. Yeah. Comes back. My brother my middle brother did a walk-on tryout for the Braves. A 3,000 people tryout at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, the old stadium. They asked 500 kids to come back. My brother was invited back, and he went drag racing with my father. My father is in the National Hot Rod Association Hall of Fame.
Really?
Yes, Steve Bagwell. You can Google that.
It's like
if you want
John
to.
Force shit.
Yeah, John Force.
yeah.
Yeah, yes, Hall of Fame. So I watched both brothers squander things over money when they could come back to Marietta, Georgia, and be the big wigs in Marietta with Southeastern Building Supply. So I'm going to do the same thing. My senior year, my dad gets caught cheating on my mom, and Home Depot and Lowe's happens, and it sinks Southeastern Building Supply. So he buys my brother a gym, my oldest brother. He buys my middle brother a drywall company. And he buys me what? What do you buy, kid? What do you get a kid? What do we do with him? My mother thinks of massage therapy.
God, I love your mom.
I go to the Atlanta School of Massage, and I graduate
Oh,
number
you
one
are
in my
the therapist.
Yes.
Tony Blundetto. You haven't
I
seen The
thought you
Sopranos.
meant like she bought him a gym and you're gonna have lifelong
No.
massage therapy. I was like, hell
Yes,
yeah!
yes, way to
Jim.
way to go, Judy.
Okay, so you're a massage therapist?
So
Wasn't she on a Nitro? Judy Bagwell?
She was
Yeah,
in a
that's
match.
right.
She was up.
there
on
was a
she
pay-per-view
was
match
on a
called Judy.
forklift.
Yeah, Judy Bag on the forklift match. Judy,
Right.
my mother was a superstar on the show.
It's
I
incredible.
remember
She was
that.
incredible.
I forgot till you said Judy.
Rick Steiner's who brought her out. It was his idea. I approved it, and it was. She was super popular. Judy Bagwell was so popular during that run, and you can find Columbia, South Carolina. So I break my neck in Columbia, South Carolina, and the next time we're back, I'm a heel, and my mom comes out, and it's a great segment. She comes out, I can't believe you're being mean to these people, and all that.
Oh, that's okay.
And I remember I was losing her. I was losing her during this. Like, she wasn't being the Judy I needed. And I finally go, let me tell you something, lady. I said, I support you. I said, hell, I support the whole damn family. And she wasn't supposed to get in the ring, and she got in the ring.
Oh, you
She
got
wasn't,
it.
she wasn't supposed to get in the ring, and she wasn't supposed to touch Scott Steiner, and she did both, and she got her wrist broke. Not broke, but hurt real bad. She had to wear a
Yeah.
brace for a month. Scotty bent her wrist back on her.
Which
She
is
was
like probably worse if it's broken.
yeah, it was really bad.
Were you
But-
mad at Scott for doing that?
No, but what did we had a minute ago? I want to go back to where we were.
So she sent you to massage therapy school.
Massage therapy
Tony
school.
Blundetto.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. No, that's okay. I want to tell it because it's important. And I remember thinking, for starters, I had a 1.8 grade point average. I looked into going to college, and it was so overwhelming. I was like, I got to do all this remedial stuff that was devastating. And I said, I don't want to do that. So I remember my mother coming up with the massage. I used to rub secretaries' shoulders at Southeastern Building Supply. And I didn't know any better. I was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old. And I didn't know that it meant anything, but they were really impressed with how it felt. I think my
Yeah,
mother
very
saw that.
intuitive.
I think my mother saw that I had maybe a special touch of some kind, and it was her idea. So I graduate number one in my class
Hell yeah.
of the Atlanta School of Massage, and I'm seeing dudes walk in that are pasty white, skinny, sickly looking, unhealthy looking, that are making bank doing this. And I'm like, I'm getting ready to rock this thing, brother. I graduate number one. I get the number one job in the state of Georgia called
yeah.
corporate sports. I go to the Gallery Athletic Club. I'm at my first appointment. I'm all excited. The woman walks in. She sees me, and she turns around and walks out.
Hell yeah.
Are you with me?
Oh my God.
And I follow her, and she knows what's coming. I say, darling, what? I didn't say, darling, ma'am, what is wrong? She goes, there is no way you're massaging me.
Hell
Oh,
no.
really?
I would be like, that man's breaking me like a fucking twig.
Yeah, so they were very intimidated that, and I didn't realize it, but it was over right there. It was over. I just didn't know it. It was over. So I continued because of $10,000 and 10 months of my life. I pushed forward, and I would massage women's shoulders while they were getting their nails done to try to build up positive energy and just
yeah.
trust.
Yeah.
And it would work at that salon, but it didn't work to the world. And it was overwhelming that I'd done this and I was failing. I couldn't believe that my looks were going against me for the first time in my life. And I couldn't believe it. And I'm at the pool, devastated, in Kennesaw, Georgia, at Poplar Place Apartments in Kennesaw, Georgia, 1990, I don't know the month, 1990. And I'm devastated at the pool, and I see this really smoking hot blonde looking at me at the pool. And I thought, I'm married. But I think, that's a pretty hot chick at the pool, No big deal. I come home, and I'm telling my wife, about the smoking hot blonde at the pool because I thought it was pretty rare. And I'm very honest about everything I do. And at the door, it's the smoking hot blonde.
It's assertive.
And you let your wife answer the door all bad?
I go, it's the girl. And I'm so glad I told, so it didn't seem bad.
Sure.
Open the door. This girl walks right on in. Hey guys. Hey, how you doing? I'm Missy Hyatt.
Oh, no shit. I was going at MFF here.
I go, who is that? What is that? I work for World Championship Wrestling.
Oh.
Pull Missy and show her.
Yeah, I already got her up.
So that woman tells
that
what
around.
Smoking hot blonde.
what I don't know is she's told
Yeah.
the agent at the pool that doesn't know I'm married to move her as close to me as possible. I am 1504 and Missy Hyde is 1505.
This bitch
right
doesn't
across
give a
from me.
fuck.
This what?
No,
I mean, this badass. That's what I meant. That meant badass.
right across the hall from me because she don't know I'm married. Knocks on the door, not knowing I'm married. Walks into I'm married, and just is on. She's really cool, and she dates every one of my friends that I had. But I was married, and she's a super cool chick. But she tells a story. She says, "You should be a wrestler," and I said, "A what?" It's important for you to know. They know you do not.
True. Probably.
That 99% of all professional wrestlers wanted to be a wrestler when they couldn't even remember. From as young as an age as you can imagine, they wanted to be a pro wrestler. It couldn't be the furthest thing from my mind as a child and my teenage years. Never thought it, never been told it, never knew anybody that wrestled,
Right.
nothing. And I get a woman walking in at 20 years old saying, "You should be a wrestler." And I said, "A what?"
She could have asked me to be a fucking plumber, and I'd have
Right.
been like, "Where's the toilet?"
Wherever, yeah. Show me the wrench.
How do you do it?
So I did say, I go, those guys don't make any money. And she said, our lowest paid guy makes $100,000 a year. And I
Say
said,
less, baby.
tell me more.
Right. Oh,
And so I went to the wrestling school. And like I told y'all earlier,
Nonprofit.
I was super at all the sporting stuff I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
My parents throw a party that I'm going to be a pro wrestler. And I come home from that event and I shut the party down because I'm not going back. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
No shit.
Yes.
The power plant?
No, there was no power plant when I went. There was just holes and walls of people that trained. WCW had a ring that Kevin Nash was in.
Yeah.
That I went down for $3,000, and it was a dump. It was just a building in Griffin, Georgia, with no name. They just charge you $3,000 and beat you up and sent you out.
Damn.
I went back home. I said, "Missy, I don't have $3,000." And these guys were mean to me. They were kind of ugly, and I said, "I don't think it's the right place." She finds an independent guy named Steve the Brawler Lawler to train me. Damn. He trains me for $1,500.
I've heard that name.
He was a very popular wrestler. He trains me, and the rest is history.
Not the Brooklyn Brawler, is it?
No.
Wow, like Karate Kid, but
Like Karate Kid, but wrestling.
What is it? Because what people don't realize is the fucking endurance and stamina of running those ropes and shit.
Yes.
And getting up after you get like constant up and down.
Well, at this junction, it's 1990, late 1990,
Hulkamania.
1991. This is big time. This is kayfabe. Do you know what kayfabe is?
I
you
do,
know
yeah.
what?
She doesn't.
Kayfabe, like say if he's a wrestler, a good guy, and I'm a bad guy, and we're at the gym together, we shouldn't talk. We should kayfabe because we should not talk. We should hide that we're friends, and we should hide that because we got to kayfabe each other.
You're still it's still like a magician unspoken that
Yes.
that this is scripted and not necessarily a
Right.
real fight. That they in the general public, it was taboo for wrestlers. They didn't have Twitter and stuff to go, but to talk about it in public that this was a scripted.
I mean, at
situation.
one of our bosses flew the bad guys on one plane and the good guys on the other. I mean, it was a big deal. Kayfabe was real, and kayfabe is gone now. In other words, I talk about how wrestling works and how we have matches and how we call it in the ring. And
it used to be a magician revealing his secrets. It was that
Yes.
frowned upon in the industry. You get blackballed.
blackballed
Well,
on
even
it.
nowadays, like WWE's embraced it. They have the behind the scenes kind of documentary style
Yes.
show on Netflix
Yes.
that kind of, you know, they show guys beat the shit out of each
I
other at
hope Larry-
WrestleMania and then
And
they
then they're
hug in
friends.
gorilla position.
Let's
Right.
hope that Larry Nichols not listening.
That's yeah.
So the thing is, behind all that, it's because of money. So Vince McMahon, we had to get commission to be pro wrestlers because it's real, we said.
Right.
So the Boxing and Wrestling Commission, I had to get my license to wrestle in every state.
I didn't know that. That's wild. To keep
Vince
the ruse up.
Yes. Vince McMahon had to pay $6 million a year because pro wrestling was real, we said. Vince said, we're entertainment. So now the wrestlers don't say they're wrestlers, they're entertainers.
Sports entertainers.
That's right.
Superstars, yeah.
Sports entertainers. And that saved Vince $6 million a year.
So the shift in that terminology was financially driven.
And only about 10 years old. So 15 maybe, but not very old. The shift was financial.
When they went from to
WWF,
entertainers.
yes.
That was it the Worldwide the Whale Foundation is what
World
took the name.
Wildlife Fund
Yep.
sued Vince for billions of dollars over the letters. So the same time that Vince lost the WWF was the same time that WCW went away and the same time that the UFC happened. It was very confusing. So you got Ultimate Fighting coming in that's real. You got the WWF, it's gone and fake. And you got the WCW that's gone. It was extremely confusing to everybody. And nobody really knew anymore anything. And plus, that it was already a little confusing. You know, are you one of those WWF guys or WWWs? I mean, it was confusing. You know, yeah, it was very confusing. And so, but yeah, all of it was definitely financially the reason is what they did to make it entertainment.
How soon into the NWO stuff did you kind of realize that, oh shit, there's something big happening here?
I wore, not real soon, I wore an NWO tank top to Six Flags one day in Atlanta, Georgia. And to this day, I've never had nothing like it.
Well, were you like when Scott Hall first showed up in the jean vest?
No idea.
You didn't know what was going on?
That was Diamond Stud.
Because the kayfabe thing was, oh shit, this guy that was Razor Ramon a week ago
Right.
and Diesel a week ago is here, and I mean, as an 11-year-old, it felt real.
Yes, it was real.
They're using their real names. Yeah.
When they beat us up at Disney, at Universal Studios, and threw us all into the trucks and all
Is that when Ray got thrown like a lawn
when Ray
dart?
got the lawn dart
Yeah.
into the semi? When that happened, that's when it became real. And I remember seeing papers in the locker room that if you said the word Diesel or Razor Ramon, it cost you $10,000. We couldn't even say their names in the locker rooms. That's when it was real to me.
And that was a
like,
Bischoff thing?
Yes.
Nice. So you trained, and then now you got hooked up with Steve the Brawler
Yep,
Lawler. Love
yep.
that name. And now you're starting to get it. You're starting to learn move sets.
Yes.
How to work in the ring, which
Yes.
is it's different than other.
It is the most different thing I've ever done. Again, Golden Glove state champion boxer, all county,
Right.
all state baseball, football. This is about being cool and about being a nerd. This is about being an athlete and then being clumsy. This is about being the best actor in the world and then just being stupid. This is a combination of things
Interesting.
that I had never seen before, that it takes a very small amount of people that can do all of those things. And if you can do all of those things, I believe that you're The Rock.
Wow.
That's my opinion. I think The Rock is he is a movie star that used to wrestle, and the rest of us are wrestlers that have been in a few movies. There's a big difference.
Whoa.
He's a movie star that used to wrestle, and we are wrestlers that have been in a few movies. And there's a big difference. And that's the difference of The Rock. He is a movie star, and we were wrestlers. But he is the best wrestler to have all of the things of the coolness, the negative, the positive, the turn it on, the turn it off. I've seen pro athletes that couldn't run the ropes, and I've seen the most unathletic people in the world be the best wrestlers ever. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. For a year, I would get in my car with my first wife, and I would say, am I as bad as I think I am? And she would say, yes. Yes, you are. I go, what is it? I said, I am great at everything I've ever done. What is it? Tell me. She goes, I don't know. I don't know. And I do know now. We were taught that we get to the building and you were the heels and you were on that side of the building. We were baby faces and we were on this side of the building. We would get in the ring and try to call a match with 14 people around the ring that you could hear a pin drop. And it was awful. The catch is I kind of finally started getting good at doing that hard of a thing. And then I walk into Global and the heels and the babies are talking in the dressing room. And I go,
You're like,
wait a second, y'all can talk before going out there?
I think you know a guy.
If you could find my last match as Fabian and find my first match as the Handsome Stranger and watch the two matches together, it is daylight and dark.
Whoa.
Being able just to, because I'd gotten pretty good at trying to call it in the ring.
Yeah, right.
And then all of a sudden I'm able to call a few things backstage. My first match was a guy named with Barry Horowitz.
Oh, yeah. He was
My match
famous
with
jobber.
Yes. Yeah. My match with Barry Horowitz was 1,000 times better than my last match as Fabian because I was able to talk a little bit. And I got much better really fast.
And this whole time, you're still drinking, doing blow?
No. Just, no blow at all.
Okay.
My story changes from there. During this journey, I'm the biggest buzzkill ever. There's no coke.
Really?
There's no pills. I'm going to be the best wrestler ever. I'm going to be the next Ultimate Warrior up here.
Okay.
I'm the next biggest thing ever. I'm 21 years old. I'm going to rock this world as a pro wrestler. I'm going to I'm number one.
Hell yeah.
I remember New Year's Eve at that same apartment. I'm trying to be a wrestler and everybody's trying to get me to drink. And I said, dude, so I get up. I do a shot of, I get mad at everybody. I get up, I do a shot of vodka, I kill a beer, and I say, hey, rent is still due tomorrow. Happy New Year. And I sit back in my chair, and they just all go,
that's funny.
Like, God, man, I'm just a
And
buzzkill.
it's probably going to go up next year.
Yeah, and it's probably going to go up. And I swear, not 2 days after me doing that, I figured out that rent was wasting your money.
Yeah.
We started packing our bags that night. $660 was the rent at the Proper Place Apartments.
You need a pool. Ugh.
Yes, and that was a long time ago.
No shit.
And I remember hearing that. I learned as a kid or a young adult that was wasting money. So we moved out and moved in her parents' house and started saving money for a house. And we moved into a house really quick because that didn't work out either.
Right.
And that was like, whoop.
Right.
Talk about a buzzkill. You ain't
Incentive.
getting no pussy.
No, you're not. It was horrible. But yeah, so it was crazy. But the journey of that was crazy.
So you turn into the handsome stranger.
No, let's stay on track. Don't forget what you're saying. So the whole ride here, we were going where?
Right.
Drug free.
Yes.
I'm not doing coke 'cause that loses weight, brother. I don't know about pills, and I'm not drinking. I felt like alcohol got in the way of protein. So I am diehard set on being the best pro wrestler. I'm at dinner with Eric Watts at a Applebee's in Pensacola, Florida.
Wow.
And he says to me, if you drink a beer, it will make you more hungry. And I said, dude, that's crazy. That's going to get in the way. He goes, try it. I drank a beer and I ate the whole menu. The next night, I drank 2 beers and ate the menu and a half. And from that point on, I resignated with I can get bigger by drinking a beer before my meal. And I did that for the next 25 years, except the beers just kept on going. And then I learned about, after the car wreck was the first time really I learned about liquor.
Okay.
And the liquor, and that's when it caved in quick.
Yeah.
It caved in quick with the liquor.
The car wreck you showed us?
Yeah.
What year was that?
2020.
Okay. So then so that's when it's like you go like this and then you drop off a fucking cliff.
And after the alcohol thing
That's
with
good for a podcast that nobody can see me. Just do my diagram with my hand.
that was real good.
I'm a piece of shit. Sorry.
That was strong.
Thanks.
But the pill thing took off when I broke my neck in April of '98. That's when I got my own pills with my name on them. And every wrestler's cocktail was Loratab or Loracet, which I don't even make those anymore.
What are those pain pills?
They're like Percocet 10s. Okay. Loracet, Loratabs, and Somas. That's the 2 bottles.
I've heard you say Soma quite a bit.
Soma was the biggest, most addictive drug to all the pro wrestlers because you could do it, eat, go to bed, wake up, and you can do it again. And you didn't lose weight, and you didn't miss the gym. The cocaine just was too hard, and you'd lose weight. So cocaine was the furthest thing.
Sleep,
yeah, you can't go to sleep. Soma, you go to sleep, you wake up, no hangover.
What's Soma?
It's a muscle relaxer. And back to, it wasn't meant for me to get sober. I had atrial fibrillation from sleep apnea. And when I would take Somas, I felt better. And then it hit me that I had AFib and didn't know it. And Somas are a muscle relaxer. Your muscle is a heart. Your heart's a muscle.
Holy
so
shit.
I tell my parents, when I take the Soma, it makes me feel better. They thought I was a drug addict lying. But they didn't know I had atrial fibrillation from the sleep apnea.
Well, both can be true, right? 2 things can be true.
And both can be true. So what happened is once again, I learned how to fix everything that was, and then finally I fix everything with, I get shocked back to rhythm for the atrial fibrillation. I put a mask on my face for the CPAP, and that's when I go to rehab to get sober. But that's when the testosterone flu happened.
And that was your fifth because
time.
Because you're
Wasn't meant to be, brother.
Your clean date is not a rehab, right? It's not, doesn't go back to rehab.
Yeah.
It goes back to prison, right?
No, it's rehab.
Okay.
My clean date is Dallas Page. We shot Change or Die.
What is that?
It was a show that Dallas Page, you can look at it on Tubi. It's called Change or Die. Butterbean, me, and 3 women that you don't know, we lived together, and we needed to change our lives or we were going to die.
Okay.
Diet, pills, alcohol. Somebody had something that if we didn't change, we were going to die. And after that, they saw how bad I was, and Dallas intervened on me and had me go to rehab. And that's
So he didn't know how bad it was even for you to go to this house and show.
No.
Interesting. And because he's kind of the
positive guy.
Well, yeah, you think of him as kind of the beacon for sober
Absolutely.
wrestlers and he's helped a lot of people.
Well, Jake, he saved Jake's life. He added 10 years to Scott Hall. And then here I come. And so he's the one that intervened on me to go to rehab. So I went to Black Bear Recovery on August 26th. I drove up there. So my sobriety date is August 27th, 2022.
And what you were, was it pain pills?
At that junction, it was somas and alcohol.
So you're still on the
I was on
somas.
Suboxone, somas, and alcohol was my mix then.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the accident was in 2020. And you got legal shit from that. Was it that accident or something?
So the 2020 wreck was I had done meth for the first and only time in my life.
Whoa.
The accident we saw.
Yep. I'd gotten a fight with the girl I was messing around with, and she locked my CPAP machine out of the room. I couldn't get in.
Oh my God, you and
So
Chris.
My ex,
Yeah.
she
did
broke
that?
it. She broke. No, she just broke it over my head.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God. So
That's why you
I
can't
had
grow hair anymore.
wow.
Triggered.
Triggered. So I said, well, I'll one up that. I'll go to my dad's house. Well, who lived behind my dad was a guy that took care of him, but he was a meth guy. And I wandered out to the barn and did meth with him. And it was all over me so bad that I had a whole bottle of Xanaxes.
Oh boy.
And I started chipping the Xanax. I'm pretty knowledgeable about drugs. It wasn't like I was throwing them down, but I wanted it off of me. So I was halving during me cleaning and painting my mom and dad's house.
How long? How many?
This is just one night.
Paranoid as fuck.
Just paranoid as fuck. Finally tried to lay down at sunup. Couldn't sleep. Finally, I think at around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, it started trying to come off a little. And I saw my brother around 11. He came over, and I'm leaving my dad's house, going back home to down where I lived in like Atlanta. And my brother saw me with a Diet Coke, stone sober. And from 20 minutes from that
accident.
So Xanaxes and zero alcohol, but Xanaxes and the whatever meth I had done and Xanaxes in that time frame led to that completely blacking out on that car wreck.
So do you remember any of the drive?
I do. But
Until
I left
when?
my brother. I had a Diet Coke, and we talked about this a bunch, how he saw me. And then I left, and it was only Cumberland Mall's 17 minutes from there. So you're talking about, at the max, 17 minutes. I remember being on 75, didn't know it was 75, but being on the road and thinking I was dreaming because my car was bumping into other cars.
Oh.
If we could prove this, I hit other cars before that wreck. I was bumping cars going down the road, and I think I decided to get off because I don't live on that exit. I lived like 2 other exits down. So I got off on the Cumberland exit, and there's no reason for me to be behind Cumberland Mall. So somewhere there, after the bump, and me thinking I got to get off the road, and me thinking it was a dream kind of thing.
Fucking head on.
I was doing that, and then somewhere there went all the way out, and then ran into that building.
And then you woke up in the hospital?
I woke up in the hospital, and I showed you the picture.
Yeah. You've showed me lots of pictures.
Wow.
And that's bad. That like the leg might take the cake. Just kind of standing there all by its little self. Yeah.
Put a little lamp on it like
Oh my
like the
God.
Christmas story.
Okay, pinning that, genius.
You
Add
might-
it to the merch idea.
Yes.
Hey,
I'm
might be
telling-
onto
well,
something.
hey, listen to this. I wanted my leg. I don't know what I was going to do with it, but I can't explain when
lamp
you
Hang it
get
above the
something
fireplace.
right. When you get something amputated, it's just a very weird.
I can't
Well, you
imagine.
spent your
feeling.
whole life with that leg.
55 years.
And then
so,
what? You're just supposed to
so-
give it away?
So this is what they told me. So they go, "You can't have it." And I go, "Whoa,
Yeah, that
whoa."
is a little.
I go,
I'm
"Whoa, whoa,
sorry.
whoa!" I said,
I
that,
grew that.
"That's my leg."
Hey,
They go, "No, it's not." And now I'm angry. And this is happening the morning of, and my doctor has told me that I can have it.
oh,
And now they're telling us I can't. And they say, "You are right. That is your leg right now. But when it comes off, it's hazardous waste. And it's not your leg anymore. And I am fit to
So
be
is your
tied.
fucking attitude, but I know it's still yours.
I am so angry right now. And that doctor that I showed you the video of the sciatic nerve, he steps up and goes, hey, I'll video it. I'll video and take pictures. And I'm getting ready to have my leg amputated. And I'm arguing. And I'm not a good position here. And so it just, two things. I could see they wasn't budging. And I started thinking, what am I going to do with it anyway?
Right.
You know, what am I really going to do here? I mean,
Yeah,
so I go,
face
I said, so I just made sure, I said, bro, I want videos and I want pictures of it. I want something to show for what I'm getting ready to go through.
Yeah.
And he goes, I got it. And he did a real good job.
I wonder if there's a level, and I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of like body parts and decomposition and shit like that, but like psychologically, it's hazardous waste to help you detach mentally from. I mean, that could, I don't know. I wonder if that helps. If people go home with the things they got amputated, might get a little.
They acted like I was
House of
crazy, and I just said, "Well, I mean, am I nuts?" Nobody said,
No,
"Well,
I don't
this
think
is."
so.
I didn't think so either. I mean, I'm losing. This is 55 years of me having this. Why?
Damn near your
Why
best
is that so
friend.
weird? I don't know. I just didn't know what I wanted, and when he came up with the alternative of videos and pictures, I thought that's a good settle. Let's go that route. So we did, and it worked out fine. But I don't know. I just felt like when you're losing something like that, it's just bizarre. I really wanted to know. I said, where does it go? What do y'all do with it? And they said, we just destroy it. I said, you destroy it?
I know you're going to sell it, and that's fine. Just tell me.
Right. Just tell me. We're going to eBay it.
Right. At least let me sign the fucking
Right.
Yeah,
Let me sign
2%.
it.
Give
the
me a
tibula
cut.
and
Absolutely,
fibula.
man.
What kind of night's sleep do you get the night before a surgery like a leg amputation?
That's a great question. And man, I was so tired, bro. I didn't know none of this. I didn't know none of this was going to happen as far as the positive, how good I feel and how much I love the leg. And now let me think about it. I was Buff Bagwell limping around everywhere. Now,
I saw you.
I'm cool again.
And you were not just limping around. You were
struggling.
You shared me in a lot of fucking pain.
Yeah, I was
when you
taking
were here
12 Advil, 12 and 12 a day, 12 Advil and 12 Tylenol a day.
Yeah.
And I was going to ruin my stomach. And the doctor told me, just keep going. She said, you just keep doing that because we're going to be taking the leg off in a couple of days and just do what you got to do. So I tried to lower it a little bit, but I just couldn't. It was just killing me.
I'm proud of you, though, because talk about sticking to Tylenol and Advil when you're in that much
Right.
pain as a fucking guy in sobriety.
Because you're number
man.
one.
Yes.
In recovery.
Number
You're
one.
the best at it. And
Absolutely.
so
Were you? I'm sure there probably were moments where you knew there was stuff that's stronger than Tylenol.
You know,
and
I'll
Advil,
be
but you
honest
weren't
with
gonna do
you.
it.
I'll be honest with you. When Suboxone came into my life, pain pills,
Yeah.
I remember sitting down one day, like in between doing Suboxones, I remember getting an Oxycontin 80 one day. And I was empty stomach, which was a big trigger for me because that's beer and pill high. When I had empty stomach is when I tried to attack somas and alcohol and any kind of pills and alcohol.
Maximum effect.
So I've got, maximum effect. I got empty stomach. I got 2 freezing cold Coors Lights out. I cut the Oxycontin 80 in half, and I snorted up one each nostril. And the reason why you're hearing such a preparation here is because I had decided and felt like that opiates wasn't working anymore. And what was I even chasing it for? I snorted 40 milligrams up this nostril, 40 up this one. I sat down in front of the TV with 2 Coors Lights, and I felt nothing, and it was the last time I took an opiate ever. Suboxones, thank God, ruined my opiate high. And I'm super thankful, but I was having that struggle of, is it? Do I feel it? Do I not feel it?
Right.
And the answer was I wasn't feeling nothing.
Yeah.
I was wasting my money and trying to kill myself for nothing. So that's when it totally went to somas. And I realized that I think that was the ultimate high anyway. I think we were taking pain pills, but really I think we were attracted to the soma high. Somas were just a really good, dependable, every single time high that you could get a buzz, eat, go to bed, and do it again.
How many were you taking a day?
40.
How are you getting these?
I'd get a script, and then when I had money, I had a pharmacy working for me. I'd find pharmacists that were black. I mean, that were like
Black market.
Black market.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Why did we go black?
I
on it?
almost-
Why did we go dark here?
No.
What happened? Yeah, that were black market.
Right.
Thank you for the save, and that's what I meant. I just couldn't get there.
Understood.
Yeah. So
I
black
knew exactly
market.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chrissy.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks, save. But it was that, and then my mom. It wasn't me. My mother was just good at this kind of stuff, and my father had a calendar for the doctors I had, and I mean they ran the whole thing for me. They had it all orchestrated because they were on the payroll. And I remember my mother going to my dad and saying, "Baby, he's killing himself." And he goes, "Judy, he looks like a Greek god. He lives in $1 million house.
Yeah.
He's got his cars have oil changes and they're clean." He said, "We work for him. How can I say he's doing it wrong, Judy? Tell me what I'm supposed to say." So she came up with, "Let's show him financially what he's doing."
God, your mom's really good.
And I didn't look at it.
Oh.
You know what I think about?
I didn't want to look at it.
This is what your dad's saying is that is the ultimate. You hear this a lot because of being here and being at underground, and you've probably heard this a lot. This disease is cunning, baffling, and powerful.
I love that.
And that it's got your dad like if he's looking at it and he's
watching.
looking at the enemy and saying, "The devil looks good here, man."
Yeah, look, he's doing
Well,
fine.
that's the whole point, isn't it? Like,
He's
If it
doing
looked-
fine.
Yeah, if it
if
didn't know how to
look
disguise.
appetizing,
No legal
then we
troubles.
wouldn't expect something more from something that's such a fucking like grain of rice in the whole like healing myself.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
And your dad's, I mean, what he's saying is logical and
Yes.
plausible. Look at
He said he's in no trouble, Judy. He's not been in. What? Tell me the words to say.
Sure.
He goes, "I believe you. I see what you're seeing, but how can I convince him that he's doing it wrong? Everything's perfect in his life. It's perfect. It's not good. It's perfect. So what do I say?" And then she came up with money, and we're money people. So, and I'm such a money person that I didn't look at it because I knew
you didn't want to see it.
I knew it was ugly, bro. I had 2 pharmacies on payroll. So I knew it was ugly. But my life, again, ugly, and everything was working fine, though. So everybody just,
Right.
and we kept Mr. Mark just fine. We kept him right where he needed to be. So at that junction, we had the pills hidden throughout my house. So they would come by every night and put 4 packs, and they would hide them in my house. And I would call and say, "Where's round 1?" Okay.
Sounds like a bad game.
My mom. Okay. Get up on your kitchen counter and reach behind the flower pot. And I'm a millionaire is up on his kitchen counter. Now where's it at? Oh, I got it. And then I'd call for round 2. And she would go, "Ain't this a little soon, baby?" And I would say, "I promise I'll wait on round 3.
Your mom's heart, I bet.
And then I'd call for round 3. And she was like, "Baby, fuck, just get round M. Get 3 and 4.
Right.
Leave
right.
me the
Let's
fuck
I gotta get
alone.
to sleep. I'm gonna be doing this all
Leave
night.
me alone." And that's what happened. And I remember calling my father, vividly remember saying to my father, "Hey, I only took 17 somas today." And he congratulated me. "Way to go, man. That's great." I was doing 40.
Disease
That's
of a family.
47%.
What years are we talking about?
This is the whole run, man, but this is right in the middle of it. I know big house, 98, 99, 2000.
Okay, so it's still WCW.
Yeah,
the heart of it all.
And those are your biggest paydays, that NWO
Yeah,
run?
biggest paydays.
Did any of your peers see what was going on and try to course correct? Or I'm sure a lot of them were going through similar things, but
Great question. Best question all day, maybe.
Ooh.
And the answer is everybody was doing what I was doing.
Sure.
And the ones that wasn't was jealous that we had the Japanese and Mexican boys getting our somas brought into us at $1,000 pill bottles of somas from Mexico, and they're working for us, and nobody said, "What are you doing?" Everybody was either jealous or doing it. I thought I was doing it perfect because it was jealousy, or they were doing it with us. Nobody was doing. What are y'all doing, man? Y'all have lost your minds.
And the front office was turning a blind eye, or did they?
First match back from breaking my neck. I remember getting out of the ring, and nobody from the staff was there to check on me.
The fuck?
Wow.
And I just was like, wow. And I was really upset about it. And I get to the bar, and I see Bischoff do his head like he needed to talk to me. I thought, oh, okay, here we go. He goes, "You got any pain pills?" And I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I said, "Can you say anything?" Brother, I said, "I just wrestled my first match back after 10 months of a broken neck, bro. Can you say anything to me?" He's all, "Congratulations, man." And I went, "How many you want, man?" Here.
Was he doing them?
Everybody was doing it. Nobody was in trouble because everybody was doing it.
Are you and him close today?
Super close.
Okay. Yeah, I follow some of his stuff.
He called me and cried on the phone. 83 weeks.
Yeah, podcast.
83 weeks is where we beat the WWF
And ratings.
for 83 weeks consecutively. Every Monday night for 83 weeks we won. And that was never going to happen for 50 years, but we did.
Wow.
And then we were going to buy.
Congratulations.
Right? It was a business. It was a huge thing. But see, it's weird for us because we know that's not good. So we're on a private jet with Eric Bischoff, and our company is kicking their ass. But we need that company as the wrestler. We don't need it. So we're high-fiving Eric, but we're going, no, that's not good.
Yeah.
So we got to high-five our boss because we're on the private plane with him. But really, it's not good because we need that company to be powerful. There's got to be two at least.
And it goes back to when you got here before. You got here early today, and we were chatting, and this brings me to a recent loss you just had with Ted Turner passing away.
Dude.
And I know he was, super close.
So I showed you the photo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So in 1991, we were getting fired, we were told. So I've got a picture that I can send you guys if y'all want to post it.
We'd love to, yeah.
That is the entire...
Put it next to the leg pick.
Yeah. the entire company of World Championship Wrestling showed up to the CNN Center to talk to Ted Turner because we're getting fired.
So Zoe, Ted Turner owned CNN, founded CNN, is that correct?
Yep.
And then owned the Atlanta Braves.
Yep.
TNT, Turner
Network Television, and then TBS.
Television.
You know the channel TBS?
Turner
Broadcasting System.
CBS is also one, but no, we're talking about TBS.
He was just a billionaire. Ted Montana's Grill. Those up here? There's a restaurant. He was a billionaire.
I believe.
Yeah, he's just a billionaire that owned the Braves and wrestling,
Just a billionaire.
but a bunch more things than that. CNN.
Yeah,
and
big media mogul is
media,
really.
and what's that word? It's some kind of animal thing. A big word I didn't really recognize, almost like palangulist or. If you look
Paleontologist?
That's dinosaurs, right? Okay,
yeah.
but it's close to that.
Philanthropist?
That's what I thought when I said it, but it was something that Ted was in with animals. If you look up Ted Turner, there's going to be a long word like she said beside it.
I'll look for it.
And that word is whatever he was really big into, and I think it's animal related, like cattle and stuff in Montana. But he was the first person to have money that believed in wrestling. Without Ted Turner, there's no Sting.
Interesting.
And Sting is one of the biggest names in the business. Ted just believed, nobody with money believed in wrestling. Nobody. But Ted Turner did. So he's the reason for everything you see with pro wrestling is because Ted Turner had the vision and the belief and the hope that wrestling could do this on a national stage.
Wow.
And so Ted Turner put it on a national stage, and it worked.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's such a big name.
And because until Ted Turner, it was only the McMahons and the WWF. And without, to your point about being on the plane, high-fiving, burying the competition, you can't have one wrestling promotion if the wrestlers at all want to have any money or be protected.
Yeah, it was a weird situation of us high-fiving Eric because we loved Eric and we wanted to beat the WWF, but then we were like, do we? Well, what are we doing? We don't want to beat them, really.
Both.
Right. I remember when they
High
came
time.
out with a fake Razor Ramon and a fake Diesel
Didn't go over
brother,
well.
I was like, it's over.
That was I can't believe they did that.
I said, I can't believe they're doing something that stupid. I just couldn't believe it. And it was like, I know it wasn't, but it seemed like it was the next day they owned us. So I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? I mean, what she don't know, and you guys may not be 100% sure, and I'm not even sure, but the story that Bischoff told me was he was buying the company for $64 million. Do you know this story?
Buying
WCW.
he from Turner.
It was on the table. The deal was on the table for $64 million that Malibu Production, Jason Hervey from Wonder Years,
Okay.
and Eric Bischoff, Malibu Productions, was going to buy World Championship Wrestling. And it was going to be on Time Warner Television. Eric Bischoff puts a deal on the table. It's going through, and he flies to Hawaii with his wife and kids because he's not going to see them for a long time because he's getting ready to put WCW back on the map. He receives a call in Hawaii, and the deal is off the table. A representative that I always forget his name, I was going to put it in my phone and I didn't. The guy thought it up the other night, and you may be able to find this. It's a Time Warner guy that was on Who Killed WCW.
Okay.
I always forget. Dang, I just wrote it down on my paper the other day. If you don't find it, let me know. Kevin Leitner or Kellner.
Are you crowdsourcing?
Look up Kellner.
Working on it. My internet's a little shoddy. at the
Something
moment.
Kellner.
Jamie Kellner.
Wow, number one. Look at him go.
Jamie Kellner said the words on Who Killed WCW, the show.
Yep.
I don't want pro wrestling on TNT.
He said it was an upscale brand.
Yes. And when he said that, they took a $64 million deal and put it off the table, and Vince McMahon bought it for $4 million. They lost $60 million because they didn't want wrestling on their network. And guess what's on their network now? Pro wrestling, AEW.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Wow.
Vince bought it for
$4 million.
Holy shit.
And-
Where did Eric Bischoff get $64 million? I mean, that's a lot of
I know
fucking
it is.
money.
It is, and he says that in the show. I only watched pieces of that. Who Killed WCW? But in that, he explains all of it, where it was Jason Hervey and
Bunch of partners, yeah.
partners and stuff. But it wasn't. WCW wasn't worth anything not on television. He had to have the television part, and when Time Warner said that, that's why I don't understand the title of that show. It's very easy. Who killed WCW? Jamie Kellner.
Yeah.
He killed WCW. It's not an ugly. It's not a bad thing. It's not a negative or positive thing.
yeah.
It's a fact. He killed WCW. He was the final person to say, and he was the president at that time, don't want wrestling on our network. So that's who killed it. I don't understand why the argument's there, but that is the story of what happened. They lost $60 million to not want wrestling on their network. Crazy.
Yeah, I think it's a catchy headline to try to get people to watch it because there's all the where did it go wrong when the pendulum swung back
Great
to
thumbnail.
WWF, and it's I think it was leading this way but just being a fan when what I think it backfired when Shivani said they just made
Foley.
Cactus Jack your champion.
Yeah, yes.
And everybody switched over to watch a historic moment.
Right.
And latched onto this
Angle.
mankind character.
Sock, and then the dude Love and all that.
And it went nuts. And then obviously, it takes all in a vacuum. There's the emergence of Stone Cold, and
Yes.
Michaels got hurt. But I mean, Michaels was one of my favorites growing up. And I've heard he's also had, similar to you and I, until I got sober, I always lived what I would call a God-fearing life, and then in treatment
That's
and
what I
detox,
call
I
it.
really
Well,
found Jesus, man, and God-loving is now the.
That's exactly what I use during my testimony as I go through the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s as my family being a God-fearing family, but not having a relationship with God. And that's the difference, is celebrating Easter, but because it was the Easter Bunny was coming.
Right.
Celebrating Christmas because Santa Claus was coming, God-fearing family, but not the knowledge of Lamb's Book of Life or God first or dying on the cross for your sins. These things were not said to me, and I don't blame my parents.
Sure.
They wasn't told, I believe. Or they would have told us. I just think they just didn't know.
Yeah.
But God-fearing is what I describe my life growing up as.
Before
Before I knew.
And so I bring that up because I've heard that was kind of Sean's life, and now he's been making amends and being pretty a big faith guy. But
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What when WCW got bought by Vince McMahon, did you go with that?
So when WCW got bought by the WWF, which was never going to happen, was the first bad luck that I had in 10 years. I had signed a 3-year deal for $1.1 million with rent-a-cars and hotels and first-class ticketing, which is about a $2 million deal, really. But 1.1 paid and saving all that other money. And my contract was up within 1 month of Vince buying our company. So everybody else that had 6 months to go could sit at home for 6 months. Everybody else that had 3 months even, which is bad luck, you had 3 months to sit at home and get paid and watch what happens. I didn't have that luxury. Neither did Booker, and neither did Dallas. That's why you saw us 3 first. And my idea was told by me by my agent that it was the best thing he'd ever heard. I told Brad Small, my agent, which is Diamond Dallas Page's agent also right now, I said, hey, let's lose the $60,000 that he owes me. And let's give him the 60 and come on as a team player. And Brad Small dropped the phone. He goes, Mark, that's the smartest thing I've ever heard. He said, Mark, you're 30 years old. You're going to make millions in this business. You're going to lose $60,000 to show you're a team player, and you're going to make millions. This is brilliant. I'll call you right back. He calls me back. He goes, oh my God, they love you. Here's your new contract. My contract was, I think it was $100,000, maybe $100,000, something like that.
With
WWF. So I was making $500,000 though. So I'm taking a $400,000 pay cut, and I'm going to have to redo a lot of things. I'm not even sure I could save my house through this, but the ending was going to end with me rich again and being popular again. But I couldn't do it all at once. So we make the transition. Everything's fine. I am main event the first week, me and Booker T. And I'm getting ready to be main event. But the problem is I know that I know that the WWF is in Atlanta next week. Why are we doing this in Tacoma, Washington? 4,000 miles away, when we could do the invasion in Ted Turner's backyard? So we're all asking, but we can't ask Vince this. We're whispering with our mouths covered, me and Booker in the locker room. Why are we doing this? I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. What do you think? We're trying to find out why we're doing this. In the middle of us trying to figure this out, why we would do this match at a WWF show in Tacoma, Washington that we're going to get booed out of the building on. We're trying to figure that out, but we can't say we're not going to do it. We're just going to listen. I'm in the locker room, and like a movie, Shane McMahon appears out of nowhere.
I can hear the music.
I'm not kidding
Here
you.
comes the money.
Minus the music, as soon as I saw him, I knew that it was so weird where he was at and where he came at me at that I wanted to see another set of eyes that could see this. And there wasn't another set. And I said, "Hey, Shane, what's up?" And he goes, "Don't look in the camera." And I said, "Shane, that's all I do is look in the camera." I said, "I look in the camera, I pose, and I wrestle a little. That's what I do." He goes, "If you look in the camera, you're fired." And what I didn't know is they had told Booker to not shake hands and get in the ring. We get to the back after this whole debacle goes on, and me and Booker at the same time fell on our faces a little bit. There was no blotches, but it wasn't a good match. It wasn't what I feel people are saying, that it was a bad match. There was no blotches, so you can't call it a bad match. It just wasn't a good match. And we get to the back, and we're kind of arguing about it. And Johnny Ace stops us, and he goes, "It's not y'all's fault." And we stopped.
Laurinaitis?
Yes.
Okay.
Johnny Laurinaitis. And we go, "What do you mean?" And Johnny goes, "Pat Patterson does all of the main event finishes for the WWF. And Johnny Ace does all the finishes for WCW. Johnny explains to us that Pat thought that Johnny was going to talk to us about the match, and Johnny thought Pat was going to talk to us about the match. And nobody talked to us.
Damn it.
So Johnny convinced us that it wasn't our fault and it's okay.
What do you mean convinced you? Like
quit arguing. It's not y'all's fault. It's our fault because we didn't tell y'all what we wanted.
Oh, okay.
We should have told y'all that's not the match we wanted. We wanted y'all to do a different style match than that. Y'all gave us a typical WCW style match, but that's not what we do here.
Right.
And it's not your fault, and we're okay. And so we all hugged, and it was okay. I show up. I get called by Jim Ross on that Monday. "Hey, we got big plans for you on next Monday. We got big plans, so we're excited to have a good week." This is Tuesday morning after Tacoma. So I'm all excited for Monday, and I get released on that Monday in Atlanta. And I show up, and I'm in catering, and they go, "Hey, Mark, we got to talk to you in the room here." And I walk in the room, and keep in mind, even at 30, I've only had one job in my life. So I've never been fired. And I walk in this room, and it just looks weird. There's a desk, and nobody really in it. And there's Vince and Jim and Johnny. And I instantly raised my hand. And Vince goes, "You don't got to raise your hand." And I said, "Oh, yeah, I need to raise my hand." I go, "Am I getting fired? I'm Buff Bagwell, guys. We're in Atlanta, Georgia. I got one of the top 5 best bodies in the business, and I'm Buff Bagwell, and I've raised my hand, and I've asked, am I getting fired?" And they say, "No, you're getting released, but don't raise your hand anymore." And I raise it again. They said, "Mark, we just said not to raise your hand." I said, "I've got to." And they go, "What's your answer? What's your question?" I go, "What is the difference of being released and fired.
Right.
Right. And what'd they say?
They had an answer, and it was instant. Johnny Ace says, great question. If we fire you, we can't bring you back. And if we release you, we can bring you back in 3 months. As soon as he said that, I've been told twice not to raise my hand. I wanted to raise it again, but I thought I would get in trouble. I knew they didn't answer the question, and I wanted to re-ask something else, but my brain said, start smiling and just shake hands and get out of this. It's over. Just leave. You heard 3 months. Hang on to that, is what it said, even though it's false. But I hang on to the 3 months. It was so bizarre. I was getting fired that 3 months helped me. I was like, well, maybe, okay, yeah.
Bargaining, yeah.
And so then I said, guys, when I start getting they were acting like just see you later. And I go, when I go to the locker room to start rolling my bags out, everybody's going to be, where are you going, Bagwell? I said, what do I do? Oh, no, you'll be fine. I go, okay.
God.
Your life's falling apart.
Apart?
And they told everybody?
No. So I start trying to sneak my bags out. And, of course, every person in there, where are you going, man? Where are you going? I got to get something out of my car right quick. So I'd move it and I'd go get something to drink and come back and try it again. Where are you going, man? I just got to get something out of finally I just grab my bags and roll out the back door. The door closes and I'm like, it's over. I tell this story on my YouTube channel exactly like I told you guys. And somebody commented that they did the math that they met me that day, right after I walked out the back door, and that I was wonderful to them, that I took pictures with them and had no idea that I'd been fired. I got the story I remember, I don't remember that. The story I remember is getting in my car and crying the whole way home. But on the way to my car, a fan that commented on my channel, I took the time to smile and be presentable and thank you and click, because he made our day. And again, these kind of stories, they don't get told. They don't get told. It's only the bad ones.
Yeah.
If those kind of stories got told, it would be a much easier thing for Mark Bagwell, but they just don't. And I understand why not. But if those stories got told, it'd be a lot easier for me sometimes, you know.
Well,
But
thanks for sharing that. Did they give you a reason why they were releasing you?
no, it was only rumors, and the rumors that they said were my mother called, is what Jim Ross said, and was trying to get me off the house shows that weekend, which is not true. When Jim Ross called me, I forgot what he was calling for. He was calling me to let me know I was off. That's what it was. I totally forgot. He was letting me off the house shows because they had big plans for me on Monday. That's what it was for.
Monday being the
Raw.
Atlanta
Monday. So they let me off the weekend. But what they told the world is that my mother called and got me out of those. Now, what person would call the first week of working for the WWF and ask to get off? So even if my mother did, which she didn't, who gets fired for their mother calling?
Right.
And who gets fired over one bad match? So they're saying that because my mother called and the bad match is why they didn't fire me.
They released you.
They released me.
Was your release an isolated one, or was it a round of releases?
No.
It was just you?
Singular.
Yeah.
Singular release.
And Booker stayed.
And Booker stayed.
Are you
and
in
Dallas
Booker?
stayed.
Are you in Booker close?
Pretty close. This event hurt us too. Like, I heard him tell this story, and he said that we got booed at that show because of me, but he's forgetting we got booed instantly out of the gate. If you watch it back, we both get booed instantly. He acted like I was bad in the ring, and we got booed because of that.
Well, you had probably worked with him a ton in the tag team Harlem Heat.
I mean, we had the best chemistry ever.
If you had to,
Ever.
If you had to make an educated guess, who would you say you have the most in-ring hours with?
Booker T.
Booker T? Yeah.
Yes. And we're flawless together. Stevie Ray, since I was kind of the head of my tag team of all those times, I always had the other guy work with Stevie because I wanted to do the good spots with Booker. And me and Booker were flawless together. And again, he's never said that during this time. But I know that to be true because of my vision and our talks during those years. But we were incredibly good together. But he acts like, and I was deep into my addiction during that. And I'm sure I was a step slow and off more than I normally was. But I'm not the reason we got booed. We got booed because we was at a WWF show, and we should have waited till the next week to do it. But
they told you not to look in the camera.
Yeah,
they told him not to shake hands.
Yeah, so he leaves all that stuff out, even though he's told me that. So I'm, again, who knows, man? He could have. I don't think this is true, but somebody the other day said he could have been in on it, and there's no.
That was my at least third thought here.
Who knows? I love Booker T. Love him. We had great matches together. But, for example, I love him enough that if I saw something, we wrestled in a house show the night before.
You and Booker?
Yes. So he said in the video I saw that was a bad match. And I don't remember that. But if it was, my buddy Booker should have come to me and said, hey, bro, let's tighten up tonight. Now, not one time going over the match of Monday Night Raw did he say anything about, hey, man, last night, now you were a little off here. Can we make sure we I mean, brother, you're only as good as who you're wrestling. So if I think you're going to be off a little bit, me and you are going to talk.
Yeah, right.
And let's make sure you're good tonight because we're going on Monday Night Raw, brother.
Yeah, because those house shows are tune-ups for the
for the TV.
and the big money stuff.
You're working things out there to go do the TV stuff.
Why were you two put together in a match against one another?
5,000 miles away from Atlanta.
It's so
Everybody
they botched that entire fucking thing.
It had to be. I just
the WCW. It could have been the greatest storyline of wrestling. It could have maybe trumped NWO. It didn't.
Yes.
They botched the whole thing.
Yes, they did botch the whole thing. They did.
Tell Zoe before that happened, you had a rocket ship, and I don't mean to go back, but this is incredible. You had a rocket ship to your back getting pushed to the moon in the tag division. What was your tag team name?
Okay, so I had won 5 world tag team titles with 4 different partners, which has never been done in the history of time.
Okay,
never.
number 1.
I'm going to say 6.
Why? How you know that?
I mean, technically, if we're being for real, you won them when you turned on Steiner.
How do you know that story?
I pay attention to this shit.
Oh my God! So
he's a thoughtful man.
So technically, I've just recently said that.
Oh, look at him! He's happy.
You've recently saw that.
Chris Van Vliet.
Did I talk about it on there?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're watching on Halloween Havoc, and I come out with Rick Steiner for the World Tag Team titles. During that match, I turn on Rick Steiner to beat him, but he still beats Scott Steiner. So we should be World Tag Team Champions, me and Rick, regardless.
It should go. It should
be 6 and 5.
Actually, yeah.
So 5 and 4 has never been done. 6 and 5 will never be done if they would do that, and they should.
It's in the book. It should be in the record books.
It should be, and I'm gonna try to get that switched somehow. But Wikipedia would be really hard to switch up because Wikipedia knows that 5 and 4, brother. They know it. They know it good. Okay. They know it good too. So it'd be kind of hard to get switched, but. With that said, but then when the NWO happened, one of the coolest tag team names I've ever heard in my life. I'm wrestling with a guy named Scott Norton. And
big guy.
Yeah, it's just Scott Norton and Buff Bagwell. It's a big old guy, big, tough guy.
I remember growing up, there was Power and Glory.
Yeah,
Hercules and Paulie Roma.
Yeah, the pretty one and the big one. And we're at a Shoney's eating. And this kid's looking at us.
R.I.P. Shoney's.
Yeah. And he's looking at us. And I go, hey, buddy, what's going on? I was like, what's your name, buddy? He goes, vicious and delicious. And I said, what did you say? He said, vicious and delicious. I went, oh my God. We went straight home and painted everything for my partner vicious, and I put delicious on everything I had. We were that point on. We were vicious
And delicious.
and delicious.
Oh my God.
Best tag team name ever. But I break my neck in one of our first matches.
Oh, fuck.
So Vicious and Delicious went on a 10-month.
And they were gonna shoot you fuckers to the moon.
We had the NWO behind us. The
Spray
coolest name ever. Vicious and Delicious. It was the coolest name ever.
Who else is in the tag team division at this point? Harlem Heat.
Always. We're the Chronic wasn't yet. I don't think they wasn't doing nothing yet.
I don't know that WCW tag division that well.
That's why I got in it, is because I saw at a young age. I saw the world. What'd you say?
She said her either. She didn't know that.
Hey, oh yeah, of
12
course.
seconds
Yeah,
later.
right. So I
landed.
saw the world champion line, and I saw the world champion tag team line. Wow. Both of them equal world champion. But the tag line was much shorter. Mm-hmm. And I thought, man, I'm going to get in that line. So I became a great tag team wrestler and became a champion at that, because it was, to me, I should have been in the running for the world or something, and I wasn't, but that would have been cool.
Did you ever go for the U.S.? Because that was the Intercontinental title of the
I
WCW,
think me and Dallas, it was the U.S. Me and Dallas, for a moment, I was right there, and Dallas won. Like, I think I beat him, but he reversed it. It was
good guy.
something.
Yeah, they're gonna give it. Because he was a face.
He was face. Yeah. Bischoff took over, so they had Dallas and Bischoff were big buddies, which is fine. But he was giving him that. They were getting ready to give him the belt. I think the big belt.
Yeah.
So they put him in the run for that. But I was never even in the running for that stuff.
Well, then Hogan got there. I mean, that was.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
He kind of kept that to himself from the shit I've heard about him.
But the reason
did you ever work
why,
with him? Like, did you ever work directly with Hogan?
Never in a match. But the reason why that Vicious and Delicious story we told you is because after breaking my neck in that match, 10 months of me coming back from a broken neck.
And did you have paralysis at all?
Oh, yeah, for 10 minutes. It was 8 or 9 minutes.
On
I was complete,
national TV.
National TV. So something I didn't know until this injury.
You can see that, too, if you want. It's horrible.
Something I didn't know until this injury. If you are 100% paralyzed or 100% dead and you're laying on your stomach, fat, skinny, short, tall, man or woman, and you roll them to their back, 100% of the time, your legs are going to cross. Lay on your stomach, and I roll you over, and you're 100% relaxed, your legs are going to cross. If you watch the video back, when they first roll me over, my legs cross. That means you are really effed up. And I didn't know that until this injury.
Damn.
But the reason why you don't see it for long is because Virgil thinks I'm joking and tries to slide me out of the ring. So you don't see this, but he unfolds my legs and goes to pull me out, but I'm 100% paralyzed.
Oh
and
my
Norton goes,
God.
stop, quit pulling him, because he knows I'm really hurt. And
Now
then
that'll make me fucking nauseous thinking
right,
about that.
yes. So
Was there a chair shot after the? Not to you, but you.
Yes. So the finish of the match is that I orchestrate, is completely in my finish, ends with Rick bulldogging me, covering me. Scotty hits him with a chair, puts me on top. 1, 2, 3, NWO wins. We win. Bulldog, I'm laying in the mat and I'm suffocating because I can't move.
Oh my God.
And I don't know why I can't move. This is all in milliseconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why can't I move? What's going on? And by the time he goes to roll me over, which couldn't be more than a second
Right.
or two. As soon as our eyes meet, I go, I'm paralyzed. And Rick's eyes go big, but what do you do? What? There's live cameras rolling. What do you do?
And this was
So,
on. Was this a Thunder?
Thursday Night
Yeah.
Thunder, April 22nd, 1998, Thursday Night Thunder. And I'm going, so at that junction right there, if you watch it back, my legs are crossed and I'm going 1,000 miles an hour right here. Don't touch me, don't touch me. Oh my God, I'm paralyzed. Oh my God, don't touch me, don't touch me. Here comes Scotty and he hears me. So when he hits Rick with a chair and Rick just throws himself off of me, and then Scotty, by me saying, don't touch me, he just puts my arm on top of Rick and slides out. But as he slides out, my arm goes, because I'm paralyzed. And the ref goes, 1, 2, 3. Well, who won? Both guys' backs are on the ground. So
Can we give it to you? Can we give it to Marcus Buff?
I did
Bagwell?
get it. They gave it to me.
Okay, good.
They gave me the win because I was
They
supposed to
didn't.
win.
We would today
Yeah.
now because it matters.
Hey, we
I
gave
love
you your
it.
6th championship.
Right?
and-
I love
and-
that one. That one's big.
Can I? You told you off when we were just bullshitting before the show started. You told me where you and Rick's relationship is today.
Yeah, oh, please, absolutely, yeah.
For him to see that moment, you talk about a fucking holy sacred moment, and to be petty over something so childish. Like
Yeah. That same guy we're talking, and you can tell that story if you want, but that same guy, we were really big
How
friends.
you bonded for fucking life with something like that.
And I remember him coming to the hospital and seeing me crying.
And he's mad at you because you told a story that he
A
shit
poop
all over.
story.
Right.
Yeah. He's, angry about it, Sting said. Sting was he was very upset about it. And again, it wasn't malicious or nothing. I just was telling a
Everybody
funny
poops.
story. Right.
It was a funny story about
was a real
prank he
funny
did
story.
in a hotel bathroom, and he got and this
Yeah.
was years later you told us.
Yeah, years, 20, 25 years later, 30 years later. It's crazy.
I'm sorry.
No, but he did come to the hospital and he was really upset about it. His shoulder was hurt at the same time. He had like shoulder surgery, something done on his shoulder, but I was like, Rick, it's not your fault, bro. Don't worry about it, But
And
it
this
wasn't
time
his
in the
fault.
hospital, you're getting feeling back.
So the feeling came back within a couple of hours. So when I was completely paralyzed. And as completely paralyzed, I would say, I don't know, you could watch the TV monitor and see exactly how long. But I'm watching the monitor, and I've got 2 grown men crying over me. Lex Luger is crying, and Scott Norton is crying. And I'm not. And I say, don't cry. I said, I can go to talk to schools like Christopher Reeves does. Do you know who Christopher Reeves is? He's Superman. Superman is, what's his name?
What? Clark Kent?
No, but what's his real name?
Oh.
Christopher Reeve.
Sorry, I said it and can't remember. Christopher
mean.
Reeves.
Truly.
Right? Blonde moment for me.
Yeah, hey, man.
Christopher Reeves was Superman, the Superman that got paralyzed and was in a wheelchair,
Neck down. Yeah.
horse injury, C1, which is breathing, so you got to for your wheelchair. That paralyzed, but at this time he was going and speaking at churches and high schools.
He lived for
and
years after that.
laying on my back, I am 100% paralyzed the rest of my life. And I find the positivity to say, I can go to schools, Lex, and they're crying and I'm not. And I say, hey, man, don't cry. I can go to schools. And I find the positivity to that moment. And when I do, Danny Young right here, our personal trainer, says, your left hand is moving.
No shit.
I swear on my life that I believe because I was positive at the most negative part of my life is why God allowed me to move. I believe that with all my heart.
Well, I think positivity found you.
I
It was like you
feel
were
you.
ready
Yes,
for it. and
yes.
that is like, that's some Jesus shit.
It
Like,
is.
Sure.
Same thing
Absolutely.
like with your fan. Like, you got
just got
fired
goosebumps.
and you didn't even remember
No.
it. Before you started crying, you were nice to somebody.
Yes, absolutely. I believe all of that is
I love
the
that.
reason for success and the reason for the positive ending. And when I said that, so to answer your question, I'm guessing if I had to, that's that. Because at this stage, Norton has tore that wheelchair apart, trying to get it open, and they can't get the chair to work. And it's a real cluster with the
Yeah.
EMTs. They can't find the right thing for me, and I'm just laying there, live TV.
Guys, don't worry. My body will work.
Live
before you
camera
guys
rolling, and I'm just laying there trying to give these guys pep talks.
Oh
and,
my
and during the pep talks, I'm moving, but I can't just raise up and look at it because I'm paralyzed. So I asked the guys, "Does this mean does this mean I'm paralyzed?" And nobody would answer me. So instantly, after I start moving, within a minute or two, with my hand only moving, I remember that my hands could kind of move a little, but I couldn't feel my chest. So if you watch the video back, you'll see me go like this. I go,
No
and
shit.
I can't feel my chest. I wanted to see if I could feel
Yeah,
it, and
yeah.
I can't. So you'll see the video. I'll go, and I'm seeing if I can feel me, and I can't feel me. So after I did that, I get duct taped to a board
Right.
where I can't move anything, but I can move these.
Damn.
And they're not stopping. And that's when I demand for somebody to answer me. I go, "Can y'all effing hear me?" And a guy gets in my ear and he goes, "We can hear you." He goes, "We can't answer you because we don't know."
Oh, yeah. Sure.
So, sorry, we don't know. So we're not going to answer you. I said, "Thank you for telling me that."
Right,
I
that
will-
was fine.
I will quit asking now. So I did. So duct taped as tight as you can be to a board. Mouth and eyes is the only thing open. 3 hours later, MRIs, CAT scans, everything. The doctor walks in and goes, "Set up." And I go, "Who are you talking to?" And the tape comes off. And I set up.
Oh my God! It's like when Jesus walked in that room and he said, "Girl, get up."
Yes.
How long after the
I was thinking
impact?
of how the Undertaker gets
two and a
up.
half hours. 2.5 hours. So what he explains is that when I broke my neck at C3 and the C4, that it hit my spinal cord and bruised it. When you bruise your spinal cord or anything, it swells. And when it swells, you are paralyzed. And when the swelling goes down, you can move again.
How long
But
did
I didn't know that.
Damn.
How long after did you allow yourself to watch the replay?
Great question. I don't think I've
Kurt
ever-
is with it.
I'm into.
today.
I don't-
I
here.
lived this shit back in
I don't
1998.
think I've ever been asked that, and it's a great story.
He's been fired up to meet you by
Good. I love it. So Rick Rude.
He's a professional.
Rick Rude and Kurt Hennig, two of our biggest superstars that are both dead over drugs,
Bless both of them.
come to see me in the hospital.
That's Mr. Perfect and ravishing Rick Rude to you.
That's right. That's exactly who it is. Mr. Perfect and ravishing Rick Rude, my favorite wrestler of all time.
I used to do the thing as a kid.
Who didn't?
Yeah, I mean, it's-
kidding? So they're in there and they start asking me about it, and I tell my mom, I go, "Just put it in, put the video in." And Rick Rude says, "I wouldn't do that, man." I go, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "Throw it in."
I was there.
Yeah, bro.
I wanted
Mash
my-
play. And I almost fall out seeing it.
Really?
Yes. My mom said, "I tried to tell you." I said, "Well, take it."
Rick Rude used to get in the ring.
I got real nauseous, almost passed out.
He'd wear a robe to the ring. And
He was shredded.
And they say he was in Omaha. It's all you Omaha fat sweat
Ugly.
hogs.
Yes, sweat. Ugly.
Shut your mouth. Enjoy my music while I take my robe off or something like
And
that.
then da-da-da-da-da. And
Oh my God!
He come out of the robe and just shredded. He would do
And he had
these.
his mullet.
Oh, my God. It was so great.
He had that V we all want.
The V to the
Yes.
I'm talking about the V.
The V.
P. The V to
V,
the P.
you guys should be worrying about is a proper amount of vegetables each day. Oh my God.
I cannot. So did you get surgery done on the 3 and 4?
So what happened is keep in mind the last time Lex and Sting saw me, I was paralyzed. So I don't know where this came from. I guess the same person that was able to give the Christopher Reeves talk, this same person did that. I said, hey, wheelchair me out to Sting and Lex. And they do, and I'm coming out like this, and they're about to cry, and I go, and I pose.
No.
Yeah.
Too sweet.
And they go, what happened? And I explain the whole story. So
Gotcha.
we drink up 2 cases of beer and a
Amen.
bunch of somas on the way home, on the way to them dropping me off at the hospital. So they had to put me in the hospital because they were scared that I was going to get hurt. So now here's your spinal cord. My shoulder's so messed up. Here's your spinal cord. And here is C3 and C4 against my spinal cord. If I get pushed, shoved, fall,
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna now sever the spinal cord.
And that's Christopher Reeves shit.
And that's Christopher Reeves shit. So they put me in the hospital and can't operate for 3 days because the doctor don't have it. It's not available for 3 days.
Oh.
So I put me kind of in jail, like hospital jail.
No blockbusters
No
during this
no
time.
gym. I can't go anywhere. So I've got people sneaking me beers in the room, pills.
It's like Tony Soprano's hospital. You haven't seen it.
We had to put a crazy thing on not getting in to see me because people were saying they were my brothers, my family,
God.
and they get to the room and like, can I help you? Oh my God, it's Buff Bagwell. I'm like,
You're like, bitch, I can't move.
yeah,
Can you leave?
leave us alone. So, but not me. Come on, get pictures.
Right, yeah, you're
There's
like
pictures of
so
neck
nice.
break. I'm so nice,
You get
everybody.
any
Come on
like
in.
you get any hookers sent into the room?
No, but we should have.
No shit.
I don't know how she got here.
Yeah, sorry. I swear.
But she was the nurse.
Yeah, she said she was my
Why are you
nurse.
behind her?
It was crazy, man. It was crazy. And then after the first surgery, I wake up the following morning.
What a
And
scary surgery.
I very rarely have told this story ever. So the following morning I wake up and I can't breathe good. And I'm telling the nurse, and she's a smart ass. She said, you're just in your imagination. I said, look, lady,
Listen,
I'm a
Linda.
pretty tough kid. I said, I'm telling you, my mom's asleep. If she'd heard this, she'd have cussed the lady out. I said, listen, ma'am. I said, I'm telling you, I'm out. She goes, no, you're not. And I was like, wow. So she goes, here, give me another Xanax. So I wake up from the other Xanax, and I'm not breathing.
I'm not breathing well.
Good
Here,
again.
take a Xanax.
Yes. So my mom wakes up, and I catch her up on the whole story. And as I'm catching her up on the story, a doctor walks in with coffee and a donut. It's shift change. And as I'm telling her the story and the doctor, my voice starts going out. Like I'm going, and I see the doctor throw the coffee and throw the donut. And he looks at me and he goes, you got 45 seconds to work with me or you're going to die.
That's
Oh
the
my
kind
God.
of doctor you need.
And I went, what are we doing? He said,
Done.
work with me. So he goes with this plastic hose, this kind of hard, not like a flimsy hose, kind of a hard plastic hose. He goes up this nostril and down my throat, and he's trying to get past a blood clot. And I'm going, I mean, that's so tender and crazy up there. I'm like,
You've done a lot of snorting.
yeah, it's like
water's coming out of my eyes.
we've all been COVID tested.
Yes, and then, oh my God, this is
Candy-
times
Exactly.
100.
Exactly. And I thought I was
but
dying then.
Great analogy.
Can't imagine
Times
it going any
that by
further.
100. And then I can feel something tapping.
It's like that thing
and then-
behind your eyeball.
Yes, it was.
Ah.
And I can feel something tapping, and I'm going, and I go, ah. He gets past it, and I can breathe. And now I'm on their world, right here. Directly back into surgery again. I got a blood clot.
And how are they going to put you in surgery when you're like you can't move because of your severed almost?
No, I can't. This is out of being fixed.
Yeah.
So I'm laying there fixed with a halo on.
You're mixing up all the trauma.
God, I'm really trying.
No, it's okay. I'm out of the successful surgery, but I'm not breathing good.
And the
That's where it
nurse-
started.
Did the nurse?
Never saw her again.
Yeah.
Good.
But I will tell you this: the memory I have of that is this strong woman I've been talking about with my mother. For the only time in my life, I remember this vividly. When the doctor said, "You got 45 seconds to work with me," I looked at my mother, and she turned and walked out because there's nothing she could do.
Oh.
But when it worked. When she first turned, I panicked. But when
Sure.
she didn't turn back, I went, "Let's go."
Right.
Yeah, she took herself out.
She did the right thing.
That doctor's like that. That's fucking television hero shit.
Yes. I'm telling you, the coffee was against the wall and the donut got thrown. The table was spinning around.
And to know to do that.
He got eye to eye with me and he said, "Work with me or you're going to die." We got 45 seconds.
Because you have to be able to work with people and
buddy,
their bodies.
I went to my mom. She turned and I went, "Okay, let's go." And buddy, it was vicious, man. It was horrible.
Vicious
vicious and delicious. Very good.
Nice job, Zoe.
That was very good. Very good.
So you go in, they fix the clot.
And the story gets better. I go home, and it all happens again.
No.
What the hell?
Hey,
Kidding me.
I get home, and I'm taking a pain pill for my neck.
For you have a legit reason.
I'm
at
sorry.
this point.
Yeah, you're legit. I'm in Eric Watts. There's a parallel with this, I believe. Brings me a chicken sandwich from the Golden Corral, which is a buffet.
Oh, I know.
You know the deal. And me and my wife, which is Erica, the second wife, wake up at 3:01 a.m. and we go to separate bathrooms. Both
drugged you?
ends. I think it was the chicken. They said we got food poisoning from the chicken sandwich, but we both got sick, and she can't help me because she's on the other toilet, and I'm throwing up and diarrhea at the same time, and so
Tub
was she.
was a tub next to the shitter?
I had a trash can.
Oh, okay.
I had a trash can doing it.
Been there.
And so after that event, that night, I'm taking a pain pill, feel like hell, and I'm trying to swallow the pill like this. And I catch Erica looking at me, and I go, "What are you looking at?" She goes, "That's exactly how you acted the other last time. You couldn't
No
breathe."
kidding.
And I went, "Oh, come on." Because she was in the room too.
Sure.
And I went, "Oh, come on." And so I thought about it for a minute, and I went, "I feel exactly the same way." And so
She clocked it.
So I called my mom.
Judy.
Hey, baby. Hey, darling. She goes, "What's wrong?" I said, "Nothing." I said, "What are you guys doing?" "Watching TV." I said, "Okay, listen." I go, "Don't panic." I said,
Moms love when
They love
Yeah.
That's the best thing they
I
can
said,
hear.
"Don't." I said, "No big deal.
Second
Don't
best.
panic."
In
I
that
said,
order.
"But I can't breathe again." And it click.
Judy.
I was like,
She
"I think
panicked.
she's on the way." So
I
they
hope.
get there. And at this junction, I'm over the sink, and I can't swallow my own saliva. So I'm spitting, trying to decide whether do we need to call an ambulance or drive.
Right.
And my mom decides that we need to do ambulance because what if on the way, whatever. So we call an ambulance. We live in a cul-de-sac, and everybody in my neighborhood knew that Buff Bagwell lived in that house. And here comes an ambulance to Buff Bagwell's house.
Lights fucking
Every
Oh
Sign.
my God. Yeah, porch lights.
And everybody knew about the broke neck and all that. So, like out of a Rocky movie, when the ambulance is leaving, there's kids. I'm getting emotional talking about it. I never told this story. There's kids following the ambulance.
Oh my God.
Waving at me and rooting me on and everything.
Oh
my God, I'm getting emotional.
This has got motion picture written all over it.
I can't believe how emotional I just got telling that story. That was crazy. Looking out the back window with a spit cup and them waiting with the hose to do the procedure if they need to.
Oh God.
Again.
The COVID test.
So now, listen to this. It's the best part of the whole story. And I don't think I've ever told this, not on a
I'm like really honored, by the way. Like I love knowing things
Well, this is getting
that
better.
other people
So
don't.
when we walk in to the hospital with all of this going on, I walk in with a spit cup. Now, keep in mind, these doctors now have done this twice to me, fixed me twice. This is the third surgery. and their mask is down, and they look like they've just been defeated.
Yeah.
And they go, sorry, man. I said, wait a minute. Tell me you can put me out before doing that thing. And their heads fall. And I said, I need a minute. And I turned and I cried as hard as I could cry for about 30 seconds. And I said, but they hooked me up to everything. And after I go through the torture, they then can put you out. But you got to go through it. And I said, give me a minute. And I cried as they're hooking me up. And I said, okay. And it was again. And then right when you kind of, they put you out. But you remember all of it vividly. I woke up from that one injured. I was 25 pounds light. I was sick. I'd had 3 surgeries, and I was really down. I just felt coming off food poisoning, surgeries,
Yeah, hit after hit.
all of it. It was just boom,
Pain,
boom, boom, and I was defeated.
Rock fucking bottom.
Yeah, I was. I was just, now people came to see me. It was a reason to come see me now. It was bad now. And it was not going to be easy on this one. And now there's no steroids for 3 months. There's no working out for 3 months. The neck has got to heal naturally. And if I do any steroids or anything like that, it was going to affect the procedure of healing. The other thing that happened during all of this is they didn't have, cadavers was brand new, cadaver bone. So my doctor didn't believe in cadaver. So they shaved my own hip for the bone that goes in your neck. And when they did that, this hip, to this day, if you reach toward my hip, I go like that.
Sure.
Because for 6 weeks after my surgery, I was limping, and somebody would say, what happened? I was like, oh, I broke my neck. They're like, why are you limping? I'm like,
I'm really tired of explaining this, actually, so
and
thanks.
I was like, well, for the 100th time, they shaved my hip off, but this was vicious. But I'm so glad I did, because I think my own bone healed with my neck, better, and that's what the doctor explained.
That's what I was thinking, but
Right.
still.
Yeah,
God.
that's a lot, isn't it?
Holy shit!
How long was it until the comeback?
So I was back in the gym and taking steroids at exactly 3 months after he said I could work out. When the bone gets white looking, it shows fusion. So when it was fused, which was exactly 3 months when he said, 3 months and 1 day, I am on steroids. I'm back in the gym. It was very weird to move with a broke neck and you're bolted all together. It was, even shrugs was real weird to do your neck like this. I was paralyzed with a broken neck. So I'm trying to get it all going again. So 10 months from surgery date, I am in 228 in tip-top buff Bagwell shape. And what had happened is I was managing Scott Steiner one night with jeans on, shredded, coming back, but I hadn't wrestled yet. And I was on all these water pills, and I was just shredded. And the guy, I did a match with, I was trying to help Scotty with the match. And I thought I tore my hamstring. If you watch it back,
Your
you look,
tubular, what's the issue?
ischial tuberosity. And I thought tear my hamstring, but it was a cramp. And I called my trainer and I go, dude, he goes, man, you can't wrestle with what I got you on. He goes, you can't do that. I go, well, I didn't wrestle. I just went to run. So because I was so water depleted, and I was so lean, like a bodybuilder, it was like freaky lean. And they saw what happened between Goldberg, Steiner, and me. And the next week they put me on TV because it worked. So me and Scotty wrestled Bill Goldberg and Rick Steiner the next week at the Dean Dome in North Carolina.
Because Scotty turned on Rick.
Yeah. Which was 10 months after my neck surgery. So I was 10 months from surgery to wrestle.
And is that where the top hat and the overalls came
Yes.
in?
No. The top hat and overalls came in right after the surgery, right when I first got back on TV.
Because you were leaner or smaller than you.
Because I lost 50 pounds.
Yeah.
So the overalls was to hide, and the hat was to give them something to look at, was the idea.
Your idea?
Mom. The hat I bought by accident, and my mom came up with the face on top.
Well, the overalls, was that a you thing?
100% me. And I
Because
thought,
you have this, you've always had body image issues,
Yes.
which is wild.
isn't it crazy? So the body image on that was, again, I didn't want people to see how skinny I'd gotten.
I'm surprised it's only been twice for her bladder.
Oh,
She
really?
does
Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
Did you shoot your bird? Or did you? Okay.
Yeah, she's feisty, this one.
Oh, I see.
How gun shy were you to get back in the ring for the first time?
God, another great question.
Fuck,
So-
Kurt, if I get Emmy Award winner here.
So again, they gave me no notice at all what was happening. I had 2 days of notice to do this. And so and you know what? That's a lie. I had no notice. I just ironically had a feeling that the Goldberg thing was so good that they would do this. Nobody called me. Nobody warned me. But I talked to a couple buddies, and I thought, it really worked. I cut the turnbuckle for Scotty to beat Goldberg or something,
Yeah.
and it really worked. So I thought they're going to do something with that next week. So just in case they were going to do something with it, I went to the ring, and I get in the ring, and I go to Eric Watts. I go, slam me. And he picks me up to slam me. I go, no. Lays me back down. And I said, come on. I go, slam me. He goes, do it again. I said, no. I couldn't do it. And he slides a thick blue pad in the ring. And he goes, just do some forward rolls. And I do a couple forward rolls. And I just kind of flop around on that pad for a minute. And within 5 minutes, it's tackle, drop down, leapfrog, hip toss.
You're ready. Yeah.
And it seems like one of those things where if you go into it tippy-toeing and gun-shy, that's when you're going to get re-injured. You have to go at 100%.
Yeah, and that's why I said, just slam me. And I tried, but it was like, whoa. So after the pad, I just went gung-ho, and it was fine. I mean, I hadn't missed a beat. It was crazy, but I was petrified for about 2 minutes.
And I don't know you very well, but you strike me as the kind of person that doesn't sit still and do nothing very easily.
I don't. I'm really bad about. That's why they put me in the hospital, to make sure I didn't do anything. 'Cause they knew I wouldn't let me. They knew I wouldn't sit at home. I was going to get back in the gym or something. So the only reason I really listened to the doctor on the 3 months, and it was hard. I'm losing 50 pounds, bro. A body image guy.
Right.
That guy was convinced by the doctor that this needed to heal.
I wonder if God
And
needed
this is my neck.
I wonder if God needed to give you the 2 fucking blood clots to realize how serious this shit is, man.
And that makes sense to me. It really does.
Because I hear the first guy come out and fuck with Luger and Rick.
Yeah, right.
Still, like, God's like, bro,
You're not listening.
you're not taking this fucking serious.
Maybe. See, I'm telling you.
It's just, I get humbled daily. And Ashley always says, he probably wouldn't have to humble you daily if
You just
he
listen.
kind of started. But until I do, he's there to.
Yes, he is.
You. Back to Paige real quick. He took you in and realized you needed rehab.
Yep.
You went to the rehab that you were at, and you got clean and sober from
Xanax and Soma was my cocktail here, and alcohol.
And I mean, Xanax is horrible.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know the Xanaxes were so horrible. I'd never been told that or anything. So,
A lot of people aren't.
I mean, I'd get caught by a red light and I'd take a half a Xanax. I mean, I had the bars. I think that's 2 milligrams. But I would half a bar, which is a milligram of Xanax, or was it 4?
You look at Abby. I was not cool in high school. I don't know.
Was for as a bar 4 milligrams or 2?
I thought bars were 2.
Okay, then I would take a 1 milligram Xanax, which is a half of a bar, if a red light caught me, bro. If a red light caught me. No, I really wouldn't. I would take one to go to the gym. Like, I would get all geared up, and I'd be a little too geared, so I'd fucking chew on a Xanax.
Man.
I just wanted to sedate. I was all about sedating, and I would miss it, and I would try to get it right. I was trying to sedate, but it was a constant attempt to sedate.
Interesting.
It was bizarre.
And this last trip to rehab stuck.
I remember that sleep had become a very big deal where I wasn't sleeping. And
It's also been a theme of your life.
It has. And along with Change or Die, when Dallas intervenes on me, I say, Dallas, I can't sleep. And he goes, you've told me this story. I said, then you tell me. And he tells it to me perfectly. And I went, okay, I'll go to rehab.
Feeling a little bit too heard.
Yeah, I was so
seen.
embarrassed that I agreed to go to rehab because I couldn't believe that I told it that many times that it was a true story, and I still hadn't slept, but I hadn't done nothing about it either. So I was like,
that part.
I'll go.
Right.
And so I was sick and tired of being anyway. I was miserable. So
The
sick and
magic
tired,
word, sick and
of
tired.
being sick and tired, right? So I went, and that was August 26th, 2022.
How long was that stay? Was
30 days.
Yeah,
and I wanted to stay there longer. I said, you guys don't have y'all don't continue. I don't want to go to, again, remember aftercare. I didn't want to do aftercare. I'd never done aftercare. I was right back doing everything again on day 31 at the other five rehabs. Why did 30 work? It didn't work. So on day 31, I was right back using. But on this one, they were adamant about it, and I believe it's because of my support team. My niece and Dallas together was a great support team, and they had me go to a place called Tangu in Marietta, Georgia. That was a IOP, I think, intensive outpatient, right?
Yeah.
So an IOP place that was 90 days. So now I've got 120 days, 2 graduations. 30-day graduation, the 90-day graduation.
A lot of group learning.
A lot of group.
That's where they build
processing.
community, man, and that's what it is.
Loved AA, still do love AA, and the DUI Court of Cobb County. That was the most vicious program I've ever been in my life. Those things all sent me on a 3.5-year sobriety run.
And you have been, since coming here 18 months ago, you go and speak at churches.
Yes.
You've talked a lot, and I don't think we've given her enough airtime or credit here today. So talk about Stacy.
Stacy, wow. As soon as you said her, I was like, Stacy. So Stacy Brown, right out of rehab, Stacy owns sober living homes, and what she does in life is recovery. Stacy does recovery for the last 15 years.
Can I ask if she is in recovery?
No, she's not.
Interesting. Okay.
She got into it, so she's very biblical. We're very religious people. We believe in God, and we believe in Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins.
Yes, and amen.
And we believe that, and so she's very biblical. So her last husband, she was not going to have sex out of wedlock. And he convinced her that he was a wonderful man in 4 months, and he was hiding being a chain smoker and a crackhead from her. Hid it from the professional magician, hides crack
How do you hide
and chain smoke. He blamed the daughters twice, and they got whipped.
Oh.
And for no reason. And it was the crazy.
Sick.
Yeah, that is sick. He saw them get whipped and punished, and he was the one that got caught, was the one smoking when she was in the shower. So he almost got caught smoking.
You a seatbelt for your chair. You're about ready to come unglued when you hear this, and I feel you.
He almost came. So he.
And also, like, it's a disease. Like,
Sure.
Yes.
this shit is not okay, and also, like, that's
So
why we
out
don't
of trying to save her third husband, came her recovery homes, which is she calls it her grandbaby. We have 12 grandbabies.
Holy shit.
12.
He doesn't do anything small.
No. So I'm engaged into this and will be married into this, but she has 3 daughters and each daughter has 4 children. So we have 12 grandbabies and all 12 think Mr. Mark is the coolest person alive.
Well, I'm sure
And
they
I
do.
love that.
Yeah.
And I love
Let me
it.
ask you this: how long have you been engaged?
This Christmas was a year. So,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, when's the wedding?
Do you guys have it planned?
The leg kind of messed everything up, and I say messed
So
it up. It just
selfish
kind
of you.
right. How dare you?
You mean you went and got a leg amputated to delay the?
Can you imagine that?
Okay, we get it.
So it was this
Anything to put the wedding off.
anything, but this and then the DUI court, graduating, the leg, at the same time I've been paying $2,000 a month to live in Cobb County because I had to. And I got a house in Cherokee that I rent, that I own. So me and Stacy live in Woodstock, but I had to live in Cobb County because of DUI court. So all of that happening and this, we kind of hadn't even talked about it. We just got kind of settled into my dad's house that we redone, and we're selling her house that we redone. Wow. So we're going to sell that, and we're going to buy one property and have 8 grandbabies and 2 daughters on one property.
Shut the front door.
3 compound. The Bagwell compound.
If you need a nanny,
Come on. We
you
do.
let me know.
We
said
do.
we do.
We definitely
You're going to need
do.
a couple nannies.
Yes.
That sounds absolutely
dream.
incredible. And
But let me finish about the
Yeah,
Stacy thing.
please.
So with Stacy being in recovery and all that, me coming out of rehab and this ex-husband crackhead,
Right.
this wasn't the best thing. It was actually a horrible thing. But I was, I want to say a year, but it wasn't. So 2022 was rehab, and that would be February is when I met her. So you're talking, our first date was February. So I highly recommend what happened to us, but nobody, and let me say that again, nobody is going to ever do it. And that is after you meet somebody, you wait 3 months to see him again. That's never going to happen because nobody can do it. But she had, her nose had 2 little BBs come up on her nose that she has no idea what they were, and she has, and she had no idea, and it was very affecting her looks. There were 2 BBs on the tip of her nose. It was ugly. So she had a nose job and some face stuff done while she, as a 54-year-old woman would do. Why not? If we're going to be
Hell
in there.
yeah, if you're going
So
in.
she tightened it up, and she's smoking hot anyway, and now it really helped her unbelievably. It really did wonders for her. But first meeting her, she didn't want me to see her like that. Well, that was cool the first month.
Yeah.
The second month, I'm like, what's going on? It was 3 months before we saw each other, and when we did, before we saw each other, we were already on the phone saying I love you to each other.
Whoa.
We fell
That's
in
Love
love.
Is Blind shit.
Yes, we fell in
Ashley
love
loved that show.
over the phone. We fell in love over the phone. Yes.
That's pretty cool.
We learned each other through the phone,
Old
and we
school.
fell in love. And again, I recommend it, but nobody's ever going to do
Yeah,
it
couldn't
because
do
you couldn't
Well,
do it. We're going to
on
go get coffee
purpose.
on purpose, right?
Joe Perry forgot about Elaine, my adopted parents. Joe Perry forgot about Elaine, the most beautiful woman on the planet, because he was busy working for months.
Wow.
Insane, right?
Wow.
But
Yeah, so
Sorry that
that
you just took some shrapnel, Joe.
right, I love
that
you, Joe
worked.
Perry.
That worked tremendously for us. The day I met Stacy, and we had our first date in February of 2023, is I started a relationship with her. I didn't know that I was starting a relationship with Jesus Christ the same day, but I was.
Wow.
And the first thing I learned was the difference between a white lie and a lie. Do you know the difference?
I feel like
Do you know the
I
difference?
want you to
do
tell
not.
me.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I want. Yeah. I don't know.
Is it intent?
There's not one.
I was gonna say
A lie is a lie.
I was gonna say that this is maybe a trick question.
And
Yeah,
it was. A lie is a lie. And learning that lesson, just because I came from the biggest white lie mama in the world in Marietta, Georgia, named Judy Bagwell. She was the white lie queen. And when I learned that lesson, I was intrigued to learn more. And cussing sounded nasty to me.
Oops.
All of a sudden. So that's okay. I mean, when I get in a group setting, I cuss sometimes, but I'm constantly practicing not to. Cussing sounded nasty. I just didn't want
Like
to
your
cuss.
convictions. It's like it's
Getting
different
convicted.
for
I'm getting
everybody.
convicted, right?
Yeah.
I was getting
Because
convicted.
you're stepping into that like spiritual.
Absolutely. You're the Holy Spirit, the Holy Ghost is in you, and it makes that you just don't want to sound, you don't want to be ugly anymore. I mean, even in wrestling, there's a thing where you go, U-S-U-C-K, U-S-U-C-K.
It's a Kurt
But you
Angle
say,
thing. Yeah.
but you say it.
Oh.
I don't even want to say it right now, but you do.
Because it's me. Yeah.
Right, but in wrestling, it's a good little chant. But on one wrestling show I was on, I said, "You stink, you stink," and Stacy just lit up like she was so proud. But it was horrible. It didn't work. The crowd was
Mark it.
going,
Yeah,
"You
yeah, like,
stink."
stink-
you."
stink
It was
it.
horrible.
Stink
Have
it.
a good day. Have
Yeah,
a good day.
yeah. Go team, go team. But I still stuck with it though, and she loved me for it.
And that's what
But
you're
I
looking
got
for.
tortured from the
Yeah.
people like, "Oh,
But
stink."
you found your girl.
Yes, I did, and she's wonderful. She's a wonderful, wonderful human being. I love her.
Stink it doesn't have the same
It
effect
don't.
as suck it.
It don't.
you know?
It don't.
Did she know who you were from your buff days?
So, no, I mean, she knew because of her kids knowing me, and they were wrestling fans, and like the girls loved Big Sexy and Stinger and all that, so they knew that. But where she really knew me from was two of her three husbands are dead. They died after they
Watch your
divorced,
back.
right?
Oh.
Sorry,
Wow,
I said,
yeah,
do I
right.
need to know something here? Black Widow?
She said you'll know when you need to.
Yeah, that's what she said.
I
And
serve you some soup.
yeah, no joke. And put a little pine sol in it. So she knew me though through her second husband was best friends with my brother.
Oh.
So
isn't
John,
that
my
crazy?
brother John was Uncle John, but just
Yeah.
that friend uncle thing. Uncle John to her daughters.
Got it.
So they know him as Uncle John, and they knew that I was Buff Bagwell from that, but they didn't really
Not
know.
the main character.
No,
They didn't have all the
didn't know.
action figures. and
No.
Weren't playing WCW versus NWO.
Now the girls' husbands are the fans, so
That's
the
awesome.
son-in-laws
Yeah,
are
yeah,
the big
yeah.
fans. They're
Oh, I bet.
oh God, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. They're the right age, everything. So they were huge fans. That was good.
I think it's really cool now that your presence, thanks to Stacy, is getting better
Yes.
online because you got such an
Shout out,
incredible
Stacey.
message, man, and not just the recovery message, but all like it's all encompassing. I mean, you've been through a fuckload, pardon my French, a trauma, man.
Yes,
And,
I have.
I mean, you're like a human game of operation of all the pokes and prods and tuberculosis and whatever everything.
Ischial tuberosities.
Yes, you've torn it all. It
Yes.
seems
Kristen
like, and to continue to rebound and have this positive outlook. I
yeah.
mean, the
and
story.
just being nice. Like
Yeah.
right off the cuff of all these bad things. It was like
Yeah,
That's impressive.
It
Thank
really is, and we can't tell you how grateful we are for you coming here. But also, you the work you're doing in churches.
Yes.
You've called me and said, "Hey, is there any other treatment centers that I can go talk to?" So keep an eye out for that because we know some people in the world out there that would love to have you out speaking to
Love
alumni
that.
and clients like you've done here at Illinois Recovery Center. But also the thing you're doing, which you're in town for, is a local wrestling promotion. It's having a big fan fest. And I've seen you do this at the MAC on a smaller scale. This is the first big wrestling fan fest I've been to. I think it's going to be your first wrestling fan fest, right, Zoe?
you'd be wrong.
Okay.
No, I go all the time.
Yeah.
But you fucking love going and hanging out with your fans, man. I mean,
do.
it gives you so much. I've seen you've signed stuff for my son before, and I've seen you take pictures with people at the MAC, and that's not a bullshit smile.
Bro, you can't. I think I've had people step back and watch me, I think, for longer than I thought, and then walked up and gone, I've never seen anybody do what you do. This can't be fake to you, and it's just not. It's just, I can't explain it. It just means something to me to make somebody's day, to just to sign an autograph or something, and it's rare. It's rare because I have promoters that'll say, "You got any more wrestlers like you that we can call?" And I'll go, No,
Red Heart.
and I'm sorry.
the only one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but no, there's not. And I had to X myself from all of those guys because I would get something set up that was great for everybody.
Yeah.
And the promoter would call me and be like, "Hey, so and so's trying to get a first class ticket now. And so and so's got." I was like, I call him like, "What are y'all doing? This was perfect. Why let's leave it alone." And I finally had to quit doing it. Like I just couldn't do it
Really?
anymore. So it's just like, look, y'all do. So anybody calls me to call anybody, it's like, I'm sorry, I can't. I just can't. They just don't.
Boundaries.
Yeah, I just can't do it. So,
Well, and you can't, because it's out of your control if they act and start. There's some, whether it's entitlement or whatever, but you can't control that. Then
No.
can give you a.
then it's on you. Then you're the
Yeah,
bad guy a
right.
little, and it does happen that way. And so I just had to put myself away from it and just say, I'll see you guys at the finish line. I can't do it no more.
Good for you.
Well, it's such an honor having you. It's I mean, to grow up watching this like Kurt did, and you're probably the first guy that I've interviewed that I've played a video game at.
Definitely mine. I told him the other day,
That's funny.
you were one of 2 wrestling physiques that as a preteen I wanted. Yours was one of them. The other was the
Scott
Heartbreak.
Steiner.
Nope, the Heartbreak Kid,
Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
And it's definitely different. He's a Heartbreak Kid, but he was no buff the stuff.
He was the man.
But I
though.
think you might have said this on the last show. He had the V to the P, and that's what he always wanted.
the V to
And the hairy
P.
chest.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. He made the hair cool on the chest, like Rude did. Rude made the hair.
Oh, yeah.
It was a different. I tried to do the hair. It was different. They made it.
It's not everybody's cup of
It's
tea.
not.
I'll
It's
tell
not.
you right now.
And then I remember even Hogan tried to do the shave, Harry. You remember the hair, the neat hair, and it just didn't come across. There was something about Rude's and Sean's. It just looked better the way their chest hair was. It looked not nasty. It looked cool.
The probably burying the lead. We can't let you go without talking about you're now coming upon another comeback. You announced it on TNA.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Tell everybody what you're gonna do.
So I'm going to get in the ring one more time for sure. Yes, absolutely. So I watched a kid for TNA do this back in 2012. And what I'm getting ready to say next, I've based my whole life on. And that is, wow, if that person can do that, so can I.
Hell yeah.
And brother, I based a life on that. And going on that same rule, I've seen a kid that can do this. And so I know I can do it. And so I am definitely going to wrestle one more time. I'm thinking for TNA because that's who kind of offered this thing. And they're waiting to see what I can do. So I got in the ring this last week. Just this week,
Training
just 5 days ago.
You posted
With
a little
Billy
bit
Gunn.
with
Yeah, I
badass,
put with
badass Billy Gunn.
That's another physique that went
Brother,
crazy.
he
even
looks
into
better
it.
now, I think.
Unbelievable.
I think he looks better. He's 63.
He's 63.
I was going to
Yes.
ask you, and he's still.
That's 9 years older than me, bro.
He was great. I loved him on the mic.
7 years old.
And DX really blew him up pretty good when he joined DX.
well, before
course.
that, he was the Gunn brother,
Yeah,
Billy and Bart.
Billy and Bart Gunn.
Bart Gunn got fucking KO'd by Butterbean in some boxing tournament, and the WWF had a boxing tournament, and the winner of
Yeah,
it,
but didn't he knock out
he ended somebody's
tough guy?
Yeah, he ended up and the guy-
Steve?
Steve Blackman?
No. I heard he was actually legit like martial arts.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma guy.
Dan. No.
No, not Dan Severn. He did.
Dr. Death Steve Williams.
Yeah, he knocked
So
the guy out.
one of those guys
That's right.
knocked out Steve Williams.
I think it was
and
Bart-
that put his name on the map.
Yeah.
But then he got knocked out by Butterbean.
So Bart Gunn won the wrestler tournament, and I think at the pay-per-view that it was going to be a boxing match against Butterbean, and Butterbean's just a professional boxer, and I think, and there was a big weight difference.
No.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. But it was the Smoking Guns was there.
Smoking Gun.
They were
that's
the
it.
Cowboys with the
Yeah.
And Sonny might have been with him for a little bit.
She might have started there. Yeah.
You know, she's in prison for the drinking and somas and car wreck. Kill somebody.
Damn.
And brother, I'm telling you, that wreck right there wasn't somas, but there should have been on that wreck, and this is why I got sober, on that wreck, 100%, I should have either been 100% dead or in prison. How I came out of that, not either dead or in prison, is a big part of why
Without
I'm sober.
killing somebody else.
That's what I'm saying. So
Right.
either killing myself, that was a men's and women's bathroom that I ran through.
No shit.
Yes, that nobody was in
Thank
at
God.
2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, you know, that combination, the
Gratitude and
feeling,
humility, man.
the feeling in my stomach of sitting in prison, killing somebody, and you not remembering it has to be horrible. And Sonny is who did that. And a lot of people have done that, but she's one that I remembered and loved Sonny. I just hate it for her. But I don't want to have that feeling of not knowing something and you're in prison for killing somebody. That's what it wasn't the sole reason, but that's what was a big part of me getting sober with all this.
Are those TNA shows live?
They are now AMC, but not my segment. My segment was taped.
Well,
But-
if you wrestle for them, we're going.
Absolutely,
I'm
I
in.
can figure out how to do it.
100%. Yes,
So,
100%.
and there's probably not a time frame yet because you just
No.
started training. But I know where there's a will, there's a way with this fucking guy.
There's no doubt, bro. No
We're,
doubt.
we're gonna go and we're gonna support the
so
shit out of you,
cool.
man.
It will be cool.
I can't wait to see it. And before I got to know who's your favorite wrestler. Two questions. Who's your favorite? And maybe you answered this with The Rock. Who do you think is the best to ever do it?
I believe the best ever to me is The Rock. To make it a little bigger than that, my Mount Rushmore
Yeah,
would be
we love Mount Rushmore.
yeah, it would be Hogan, The Rock, Ric Flair, and Sting
Okay.
would be my Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Yeah. And, it's just, nobody can have a Mount Rushmore and be honest with themselves if Hulk Hogan's not on it.
Yeah.
Just whether you like him or not.
This documentary is
Yeah.
incredible.
I
It
haven't
was
seen
done-
it. I've heard.
It was done really. It was a good. A lot of even non-wrestling people talk about how good
Yeah.
it was. Yeah, talk about just a flawed. I mean, who isn't flawed?
No, exactly. But back to your other question, I believe that, I hate that we don't have body guys anymore. I just hate it. Kills me that there's not, these guys, I'm just not sure they would be on the WWF Monday Night roster or the WCW Monday Night roster of Monday Night Nitro. It's just, these guys just don't look the part. I don't understand why there's no killers no more. There's no Goldbergs. There's no
Because Vince
big
loved
boys.
Vince loved a huge,
It was-
larger
This
than life
Oba,
physique.
this Oba guy's he's a
Yes,
monster.
but there's not
He's
enough
just
of
new,
them.
Sure.
Yeah, there's not enough of them. There needs to be more Brock Lesnar's, and we don't have one no more. So there needs to be more. The guys just aren't believable enough. I think about me being on a golf course in the heyday of wrestling, before the heyday of wrestling, and having to defend pro wrestling at an incredible 230 pounds, a great body with 230 pounds. What does Sami Zayn say to people? How does he defend the world of pro wrestling? I love it. He's great in the ring, but I'm
Good on the
talking
mic,
about
too?
Yes, he is. But the guy, I just don't understand why we don't have bigger boys. I don't. There needs to be bigger boys.
GMOs and chicken.
Yeah, yeah. If we need some, we just
Men
need.
are getting smaller. I don't
They
know what
are.
it is.
I don't know either. So
She's gonna get her pussy hat on and start. But men, you didn't say men should get small. You said they're getting small.
Yeah, whether you like it or not.
You know, I don't know. I know Roman Reigns was a Vince. He handpicked him because he fit a body type. But I don't know how. I couldn't tell you how big he is compared
but
to.
I can.
Yeah.
And it's 20 pounds, a 20-pound lie to them, and I get that. That's what we do as wrestlers. But he's about 230, maybe 235.
But
he's
Bill
just,
is 255.
Yes.
Okay.
But still, he would be my top body guy. But I don't know anybody else that's close to him besides Randy Orton.
Under this Oba.
It's not. It's
And
not.
He's new. I
He's
don't
new,
know.
Yeah, and I just wish they were bigger. Not bigger. I'm using the wrong word. More believable bodies. There's not believable guys.
Yeah, it's like you can't.
Seth
To
is
me,
not
you can't
believable.
put any sort of title of significance on a Sami Zayn.
No. And I love his ability in the ring. I just picture a convention of a bunch of people that you're trying to, as the WWE, you're trying to prove that this is a big company and you're going to make it powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sami Zayn, this guy named Sami Zayn walks in and you go, that's your United States champion? That's hard to swallow. I don't understand.
What's the power in the like surprise element of like a little shrimp looking someone getting up? I don't know who this guy is that you're talking about, but then like being
smaller
a
guy.
killer in the
Well, that's
game.
And that works like with a Rey Mysterio
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I mean,
But it can't be
Daniel
everybody.
Bryan to a certain extent.
Daniel Bryan, sure. And there's a fine window there, but the problem
Yeah.
is there's
too many,
a
perhaps.
lot of those now.
It was a big deal. I mean, and Bret Hart was a prototype, a smaller guy going up against the Yokozunas of the world.
Yes, and it worked.
Diesel, he feuded
Yes.
with Diesel and the
Right.
small versus big, and
Sean was a little guy and worked. And that was in the day where you had to be 6'3" to get hired up there. And Sean's not 6'3". But that's what opened the window for all of us to get up a chance.
you know who also defied it, and it was Jericho was a cruiserweight in the WCW.
Yes.
And I wanted him to come back at Mania, and I guess he signed at AEW.
Yeah, he looks great.
And he brought back the list. I love Chris Jericho, man.
Oh, he's great.
And you work with him, right?
I beat Jericho early in his career, and he's still mad about it.
I love it. Do you remember when he brought out his holds? He brought out the man of 1,004 holds and started reading them off.
Well, because was that to mock Dean Malenko?
Dean Malenko, yeah. So Jericho's still mad you got one up on him, huh?
Dude, I remember in that match him
Like really mad?
really mad. Like he was like being rough with me in the ring, and I let him get away with a couple, and then I had to shoot back on him to get
stiff?
way stiff, and he was not happy.
Is
about
that how
putting
you
Buck
guys
Bagwell
send the
over.
message?
Yes,
back the fuck up a little bit?
yes,
All right.
yes. And then either you put up with it and you're a pansy, or you stick it up. You do something. You give a receipt. And he kept coming and coming. I was like, bro, boom. And then if he booms back, then you got to boom up, and then it can get out of hand.
Sure.
Or he stops. Okay. And he stopped.
I could keep going, but Goldberg, what are your thoughts on Goldberg?
I think Goldberg is one of the best things that ever happened to pro wrestling. To be in a building with Bill Goldberg coming in a building or TV and seeing him come out of his locker room to go to the ring, it's one of the coolest things in the history of time.
And he got over big time.
Yeah.
What? And WCW seemed to fumble that football too, man.
Yeah, it's hard, man. We built a monster that couldn't be beat, and then what do? You got to beat him.
Sure.
I should know this. Who ended the streak?
I don't know, but I can tell you what nobody ever talks about, to the point where I find it hard to believe, except I know it's a fact. I beat him.
Well, I have no
Go
doubt
off.
about that.
But I just can't believe nobody ever talk. I mean,
Well, we
nobody
do.
beats
We do on
Goldberg.
this show.
But do you know?
Marcus
The
Buff
re-
Bagwell beat Goldberg.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Do you know? He wouldn't let me cover him though.
That doesn't surprise
I
me.
wasn't big enough. He said, and I didn't. I was like, you know what? You're right. I'm not. So what happened is my Blockbuster I did off people that are standing.
Yeah.
Well, we came up with an idea. Lex said, I said, hey, man, you put Goldberg on your shoulders and I'll blockbuster him. Well, I'm on the top rope, and when they stood up, Goldberg was taller than I was, and I went,
Oh, shit.
oh my God. Live TV, I go, ugh, and try to get over him, but man, it was just a crash. Blockbuster landing, boom, boom. But then Lex had to cover him because I wasn't big enough.
What's a Goldberg spear feel like?
Like a truck.
Really?
This was something
You
I
know,
wanted.
he don't like the fake thing. It's not fake to him, and it's not. So that's
Bret Hart had a lot to say about that,
the
too.
Bret Hart thing, and he was a combination of green. This is perfectly said. It was a combination of him being green and him hating the fact that he was doing something fake that made him dangerous. And we all knew that. It was okay, but it is what it is. He did not like the fact that it was fake. So it wasn't fake when you wrestled, Bill. It just wasn't. It was extremely snug, almost stiff.
Whose finisher did you feel the most?
Rick Rude's. The Rude Awakening.
Really?
Because he could hang on or he could work it, and he would hang on to it. And like, all the way to the ground. If you saw it, it looked a little bit stiff when it watched it, but he wouldn't just neck breaker it. He would.
Coincidentally, that's what that move was called, the neck breakers. He didn't like that very much.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Right.
Any bad pile drivers? Did you ever eat a bad, like a too low?
No, everybody that does, they do them correctly. They're not too.
Are
bad.
they banned? Is WWE trying to ban them? And they made an angle out of it where somebody gave a pile driver and it was a
We
big
know
deal.
Watts did that too, where no over the top ropes, and we pulled the mats up, and no pile drivers, and just to try to make it more real, you know. And then all that happened is we started getting hurt. We started getting beat up. Yeah, well, this ain't working, bro.
You're not getting in the ring this weekend, are you?
No.
I know they have some matches, but Mick Foley will be there, and this is going to air on Monday, so here we are again talking like it's live. But excited! I for this weekend, it'll be cool. We'll share everything on socials. We could go another 3 hours, but I know we got things to do, and Joey's probably got to pee again. So
No, I think maybe Kurt's gonna.
I typed a message to her on my notes app and showed her. I'm like, I'm gonna piss my pants.
but you would do that for
Worth
Buff.
it. I would piss my pants for you, Bub.
I love that. That means a lot. That's okay.
All right,
And
everybody.
I don't blame you.
One last. Oh, go ahead. Did you want to talk? I didn't mean to cut you off, like a man would do to a woman.
Audible, like I was like, okay, we're done.
No, I wanted to do one last
Oh.
family. Everybody's got to put them up, Zoe.
Aw, family llama.
Too sweet.
Yes.
Thanks
Thank
a lot,
you guys,
Buff.
for life.
This has been an
Now
honor.
do this, Zoe.
Absolutely.
For life. Do the L.
You got to do
There
the
you
L.
go. That's
There
it.
you go.
For life.
Amen.
Thank you,
Thanks a
guys.
lot, brother. Let us pray.
I'll react if I had to. Put some things in the past too, and don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. I'll react if I had to. Put some things in the past too, and don't let them distract you, but react if you have to. Yeah. React if you have to. Yeah.
Don't know the time, yeah. Just know that I'm, one of a kind, What's on your mind, Well, hard to find, Beautiful mind, Still in my prime, Just know that I'm here.